Hello, Nathan. I was just adjusting my camera. Oh dear, what a day. Oh, goodness gracious. It was so windy last night. Honestly. Oof. I managed to do a video eventually, but I had to do it with my camera, with my phone, and I hated doing it with my phone. It's not my thing. I want my cat. I did a lovely video and it's on my camera, but it wouldn't transfer to my computer, so I could put it on YouTube. I'm so fed up with everything. Oh, I need somebody who's technologically minded. I mean, this guy came and sorted it out for me, and it worked when he did it, but when I did it, it didn't work. I'm so annoyed, yeah. Oh, the weather is, I won't swear. The wind was so high, it blew all the plants all around the garden, and it even blew my garage doors open, even though they were locked. Don't ask me how it did it, but it did, yeah. Well, I hope Costa del Gateshead is a bit better than Costa del Cleveland's. It's been shocking here. Oh, dear. Oh, food evening, Linda. Typo. A slip of the finger. You pardon the expression. You've had rain and wind as well. Oh, it's been blowing a gale here. Absolutely. Oh dear. As I say, I've done a video, but on my phone, and I won't be using it again because I hated every minute of it. It wouldn't prop up. It was all, how people do videos with their phones, I don't know. And then I didn't know how I was putting it on YouTube. I don't know if it's monetized. I couldn't write any of my hashtags on. Couldn't do anything. It's so blooming awkward. There must be an easier way to it than that, yeah. I'm setting my ways. I'm used to doing it a certain way. So it's blooming annoying me that I can't upload to me PC. I'm not used to it, no, Nathan, and I hated it because it was that way and little and narrow, and I wasn't used to the focus of it. I wasn't used to talking in it because it was showing more of me than what I wanted it to show, if you know what I mean. I only wanted my head and shoulders. I didn't want the whole of me. I just didn't like it. Yeah, I want my video back how it was before. And until I get it like that, I shall be so cross. It's just, I know it's easy with a phone. Everybody keeps saying, oh, yeah, you just transfer it over. But I can't do my hashtags and I can't do anything. I don't know how it works, you know. And now my computer wants to go to sleep. Maybe I should join it. Maybe I will join it. Oh, thank you, Jean. I wasn't feeling it. It was like take 6. I know I said take 5, but it was actually take 6 that. I'd done 5 videos before that didn't work. So by the time I got to the video 6, I didn't feel like it was spontaneous anymore. You know, I was saying the same things over and over again. And I can understand how actors feel when they have to do about 29 takes. Oh, I like to do just one shot. I don't like to edit. I don't like to fuff about. Sheila, yeah. Sheila knows what she knows, but she doesn't know what is to do for anybody else, let's just say. She's very helpful, don't get me wrong, Martin. She's very, very helpful. But if she was sat here, she would probably be able to work it out. But to work it out for me remotely, no, she can't do it. I did ask her. I'm looking for a colour. I'm on my 22nd, 23rd. I'm on my 24th square, which is kind of, yeah, about halfway. I need 49. So I shall carry on. I even had somebody come, you know, that's supposed to know anything about these things. And he said, oh, I fixed it for you. And it worked when he was here. It worked for him. But today, when I come to do it, nope, it wouldn't do it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Scream, probably. Because I'm not using my phone again. I just did not like the whole experience. As I say, you have to transfer it over to YouTube. I like to watch it back to make sure it's okay and make sure I've not said anything peculiar or anything like that. And then I can add, my links to it, my bits to it, I couldn't do any of that. It just went onto YouTube and I don't know whether it's even monetized. And I thought, well, what's the point doing it? I don't earn anything, but I just would like a few pennies. Thank you very much. Because I've got to decorate me. Oh, my niece is going to help me. And she's volunteered her husband. I don't think he knows he's been volunteered yet. To help me paint the kitchen. Because this colour is not me. I'm not sure if it's blue or it's grey, but either way, it's ick. And those tiles behind, those awful brown tiles, I've got to get some tile paint them a different colour, yeah. I don't know, Lydia, have you looked in the mirror lately? It might have been aimed at me, love. Because, you get to a certain age, you have to do a mirror inspection, don't you? Well, I do anyway. I do. I miss driving a car for that because, the mirror, the rear view mirror, the sunlight used to hit it just at the right spot. And I'd be like that when I was at traffic lights. And I'd always kept tweezers in me. The sort of bit where the gear stick is, that little bit where you put your drink. I always kept tweezers in there. And I was like, ooh, on my way to work. The stray hair. You're on, what they call it, bristle patrol. Oh, dear. Well, I'm trying to laugh. I mean, my poor little plants were all over the garden this morning. Luckily, none of them's broken. They were just, everywhere, yeah. Oh, I don't think I'd trust myself with a laser, Lydia. I'd probably burn my nose off or something. I don't think it's quite like the lasers that they had on James Bond, do you? But I did have electrolysis once, but I mean, I think I wasted my money because it all came back again. And it was supposed to be permanent, yeah. Never mind. All you young ladies out there, this is a certain thing, you see. The hair stops growing on your head and other places and it starts to grow on your tash and your chin, yeah. It's one of the joys they don't tell you about growing older, yeah. There's a lot of things they don't tell you. The older ladies keep it to themselves, like, well, she'll find out when she gets there as well. Yeah, she'll find out. Yeah, so I'm on my 24th square. I haven't done much this week, crochet-wise. I haven't. I don't know what I've been doing, but I've been busy, but not achieving anything. Do you have weeks like that? Where you're doing something every single day. Hi, Julia. And yet at the end of the day, you think, what have I done? What have I achieved? Not a whole lot. Yeah. We went to Affinity on Thursday, to have brunch, and we'd heard there was a big yacht, but it was on the other side of the harbour where I couldn't get to. I was very upset because you know me and yachts. I love a yacht. Yacht. And I couldn't see it. I could see the mast, but that wasn't any help. But they had there's like a gate across, and they had it locked. As if you were going to pinch a yacht, Well, I suppose they might pinch a yacht, but you know what I mean. Right, what colour do I want next? I'll have a dusty pink. I'm still on the same range of colours, so My granny squares are getting a little bit samey with the colours. I need to see if I've got any more bits of different colours. Yeah, my ladies at Knit Club are still giving me bits, so I should be making these granny squares and different things forever. Ever. Oh, never mind, it keeps me out of mischief. Chance would be a fine thing. I cannot remember when I last got into some mischief, yeah. Well, I've done my washing today. Didn't put it out because it wasn't fit. And I did a little bit of tidying in the craft room after I made the video. And tomorrow I need to run the hoover around and all the boring stuff, you know, that one has to do from time to time. You know, I'm not the tidiest of persons, so every now and again I have to dig myself out, you know. When I'm crocheting, I like everything around me, you know. I don't like to be hunting in a bag for this and hunting in a bag for that. I like everything to be just so, yeah. So I've not really done a whole lot. Oh, I've ordered some plants, more plants. I've ordered 4 mini fruit trees. You can't choose what you get. You might actually get 2 the same. But I think there was a choice of apple and plum, was it? Or was it pear or cherry? So I don't know what's going to come. I'll let you know when it arrives. And I've also ordered a rose bush and other things the same. You're the same, are you, Martin? Yeah. You're busy, busy, busy all day. And when you turn around, you think, what on earth have I done? What have I done? I've been busy all day. I've done hardly any crafting, hardly any crochet or knitting or anything. So I can't tell you what I've done. And I didn't even get to the greenhouse. My excuse was it was raining. And my conservatory is tiny, so there's no way I can construct a greenhouse, no matter how small it is, in the confines of my conservatory. I need to do it outside. And it was either blowing a gale or it was raining. And I thought, I am not in that much need of a greenhouse, yeah? Oh, thank you, Lydia, yeah. They're going to go somewhere. I don't even know which nursing home it's, well, not nursing home, which or people's home it's going to. It's my friend who'd asked me to do it. She'd seen the shawls I'd done. I'd done 4 originally before I moved. And she said, what are you doing with them? I said, well, I'm donating them. She said, well, I'll take them. So she took them. And then, of course, I made more, but they've got gifts to friends. And so all in all, I've actually made 14 shawls, actually. So there's 9 in the craft room. I've made 4. No, I think I made more than that. There's 9 in the craft room, 4 that I'd given before. So that's 13. And then another 2 that have been given. So that's 13, 15 I've made. And 1 for myself. So that's 16. So I've been busy. And as fast as I'm using up my bits, my lovely ladies at Knit Club keep giving me more. Crochet it depends if you mean an open work one. An open work one I do is a very old Doris Chan one, but I can't remember what it's called. It's very much like the edging of that all shawl all the way up. It's Doris Chan pattern, but it was in a magazine. I can't remember what it's called. But for scarves, I normally just do a twisted rib, you know, like front post, back post, if you want a warm scarf. But shawl pattern, my favourite, really, of all of them is the blue curacao. Again, Doris Chan, followed by the virus shawl, which is what I'm wearing. But I don't tend to wear a lot of scarves, actually. Some people do, you know. I really don't. I've got loads of the things and they're just stack up, you know. I never hardly ever wear them. They don't fit, you know, underneath my coat. I'm a bit like that. And my favourite hat, of course, is that purple one with the ears on that ties under the chin. Yeah. Thumbs up, yes. Subscribe. 21 people, 14 thumbs. That's about average, isn't it? Yeah. I did put that on the video I've just made, saying thumbs up, subscribe. And please let me know if it's... You won't know, will you, if it's monetized? And I don't know. That was it, you know. I wish it was my D-stash or tumbler. I keep getting given more. So my stash isn't actually going down. That was the whole point of it, was to get rid of some of my stash, and it hasn't worked out like that. I'm being donated more. Well, my garage door blew open. It was locked on the inside, and it just blew right open. I went out this morning, and the what do you call it? Delivery man knocked, and I went, "Oh, the garage door's open." And I said to my next door neighbour, I said, when did the garage door open? And he said, "Oh, it was open this morning." He said, when I got up, and I'm thinking, well, why didn't you tell me? Luckily, I live in a really nice neighbourhood, and, you know, nothing was missing. But, I mean, wouldn't you think he would have said, you know, your garage door's open? Because he knows I always have it locked and closed. Hi, Yolanda. You know, it's just, I can't believe he didn't tell me. I mean, if his gate was open and I knew he was, you know, he didn't know about it, I'd tell him. Or if his garage door was open and he wasn't around, I'd tell him. It was the way he said, "Oh, yeah." He said it was open this morning when I got up. Well, thank you very much. I didn't find out till lunchtime. Hi, Ethan. So are we all in a happy mood? I'm trying to be, despite the weather and despite all the other stuff. Yeah, my ring doorbell, even though it's not set that way, it doesn't seem to ring during the night. You know, the sensor doesn't seem to work during the night. And I've checked my settings and I haven't got it switched off. I want a camera, actually. Yeah, well, a camera, I know. I want a security camera to stick on the garage door. But that will be another thing. It's all money, 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 money. Never mind, it's lottery. I didn't win the Euro Millions yesterday. So, you know, keep your fingers crossed. I haven't even won a lucky dip for a while. It's just not been my time. Oh, shush, phone. Who was that? I forgot to put it on silent. Oh, did you hear it ring in my video? It went... That was next door driving past on, you know, on his car. It made a noise then, didn't it? Yeah. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. Yeah, I want a camera on the... we used to have a camera on the garage in Fleetwood. But it was linked... I think they left it behind because it was right up top of the garage. I don't think my son could be bothered bringing it down, yeah. So I need one. I don't want an expensive one, you know. I just want one that... I mean, we had cameras all over the place when I lived at Fleetwood. There was one up the side of the house. There was one in the back garden. There was one facing out. It was like, you know, Alcatraz. But mind you, that was Fleetwood. Cleveland's here is a little bit more upmarket. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it frightened me to death. That was him. He'd gone out in the car and he reversed up the drive. Of course, our drives are together, so he reverses up. You can tell I drive a scooter, can't you? Look at the white fingers, that from the knuckles down, they're white, and then they're brown. Can you see? Two-tone hands. See, you drive like that on the scooter, so this top bit gets the sun. So I've got two-tone hands. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, I asked my niece would she help me to paint the ceiling. I can do the walls. I'm not that bad, but I can't put my head back like that. To I go over backwards or I go dizzy to do the ceiling. So she's volunteered her husband. I don't think she's told him yet. My stash, although it needs sorting. It really needs sorting. It needs all coming out again and going back in again, if you know what I mean. Because I just pushed it onto the shelves. When my friend and her son helped me to put the shelvings up, I was just that concerned with unzipping all the bags and getting them up onto the shelves that they just went in any old order. They want reorganising, if you know what I mean. So I've got everything. Now when I go in, I'm like, oh, where's this? Where's double knit? Where's 4-ply? Where's chunky? You know, it's everywhere. So I just literally emptied it bag by bag and put it on an empty shelf. One bag, empty shelf, one bag, empty shelf. So there's no rhyme or reason to my garage at the moment. So, hopefully one day my prince will come. Hi, Nathan. I thought you were in before. Or are you just saying hi to everybody else, Nathan? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not in quite as giddy a mood as I was last Saturday, so yeah. Well, I spend a lot of my time. The weather is awful, so don't ask, Lizzie. It's blowing a gale and it's been raining, so it's not nice. So if you want any rain, just let me know. I'll send it. It's not been. I've not ventured out. I've been in the garden to rescue the plants, but that's it. I've not been anywhere today, and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere tomorrow either. I'm not going gallivanting, as my auntie would say. I had a maiden aunt, and she was always here, there, and everywhere. And my other maiden aunt used to say, she's always off gallivanting. So that's been my word. If you go out and you've got no aim, you're not going anywhere, you're just going out for going out, you're going gallivanting. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a bit mixed here, to be truthful, but it's not been good. Considering they keep saying about this heat wave, I don't know where it is. It's not here. We had those wonderful couple of weeks, didn't we? And then I think that was it. I think that was summer. And I was getting my dresses out and getting excited, thinking, oh, put something. I mean, this is flimsy, but there's no way I could wear it on its own because it's so thin. I had to put my t-shirt underneath it. I just get fed up with not being able to wear my pretties. But, you can't wear pretties and frillies when it's blowing a gale, can you? It's just, I don't want to be doing a Marilyn Monroe with my dress over my head, I don't know who they make it up for. Heat wave, and then next minute it's climate change, and then next minute it's something else, and we're going to be cold. It's not that long ago, a few years ago, they said we were heading for the ice age, didn't they? And now we're heading for climate change, and it's going to be hot, and oh, dearie me, I don't think they live up with you. Mind you, I was talking to somebody who was born and bred in Fleetwood, and they said Fleetwood has its own climate. It doesn't take any notice of what everybody says on the telly. It just does its own thing, and I think it's right, yeah. I think Blackpool's the same. I mean, it's blowing it. It was blowing a gale in Blackpool, I believe. I pity all the people who were there on the Jolly Ollies, If you come into Blackpool, don't bother packing your shorts, You'll get blown off the pier. Maybe somebody was off the pier the other day. He passed away. They don't know whether he fell in or whether he jumped, And they haven't identified him yet. They don't know who he is. So as my friend said, there'll be somebody not going home from their holidays, won't they, Right, what colour? I'm running out of colours. Well, I'm not running out of colours. I'm running out of how to sort of space them in, yeah. Might have got blown off the pier. It's windy enough. Oh dear. So what have you got planned for tomorrow? Have you all got something exciting to do? I haven't. I've got to hoover. And I haven't done my weeds because it's been so blinking horrible, the weather. I haven't been out with my hoe. That kind of a hoe, H-O-E, hoe. Not the ho-ho, no, not one of them. I think I've got a hoe at the top of the garage. I need to have a look. But now I told my son, I said, the garage door's blown open. And he goes, you need to get a bungee or something to fasten it, fasten it to your scooter. I thought, oh yeah, the wind blows high, the door will go up and the scooter will go with it. Man, it's a blooming heavy scooter, so I doubt it. Yeah. That scooter wouldn't move. You're going to your mum's. Does she make you dinner? Do you have your Sunday lunch? Does she spoil you? Do you get a Sunday lunch? It used to be traditional. Everybody had a roast, didn't they? Roast dinner on a Sunday. Now things have changed, I think people, they don't have a Sunday lunch the same. We always had a Sunday lunch. When I was married, I always did a roast, yeah. Hi, Mimi. Housework, watch your church service, bingo at night with your elderly pal. Not me. I'm not going to the bingo. I'm your elderly pal. I don't live near her, by the way. She's in Scotland. Hey. I thought I got a present today. I thought, oh, what's this? I thought, I don't remember ordering this. It was a thing of chicken tonight. It was so well wrapped up. It was like it was a gift. And I'm thinking, oh, somebody sent me something nice. It was a pot of chicken tonight that I'd ordered about 2 weeks ago. But I tell you what, they didn't intend it to break because it's in a glass jar. It was very well wrapped up. And that was when I found out the garage door was open because he delivered it about 1 o'clock this afternoon. But I'm still annoyed with my neighbour for not telling me the garage door was open. He could see I wasn't in there. Did he think I'd left it open all night on purpose to air everything out? Anyway, like I said, luckily nothing had gone. They'd have to be Hulk to move that scooter around without a key, I tell you. And I don't leave the key in it. I bring the key indoors. I mean, I lock the garage door, so I mean, you think I could leave the key? I don't know. And I never did when I had a car. I used to put the car in the garage, but I used to always bring the key indoors. Sciatica? No, I wish I knew, Mimi. All they do is pump you full of drugs, don't they? And it doesn't work, does it? Every time I complain about my back or anything, all he does is, oh, well, this. And, are you taking your medication? Yeah, it's not working. I don't bother anymore. I've found out that my back is no worse if I don't take my medication than it is when I do. Is that a bit sort of peculiar or what? It's almost like they've given me those placebos, because either that or I've took them for so long they just don't work anymore. But I don't want to up them. I don't want to go on stronger drugs because, you go a bit off your rocker, don't you? If you're on strong drugs. Yeah. I remember once they gave me amitriptyline. I nearly walked under a bus. I was off my trolley. Yeah. Oh, I sleep with me. I don't know where I sleep, Yolanda. I start at one end of the bed and finish at the other. It's a good job I'm not sleeping with anybody. I'd kick them in the face, probably. I even woke up one night and I was upside down. My feet were on the pillow and I was the other end. And I'm like, how did I get here? How on earth did I get here? And I've had to put a bed rail up, otherwise I fall out of bed. I'm so, oh, I think I must fight people in my dreams. No, my son used to sleepwalk. It was terrible. Yeah, is it any wonder I've not got a partner, Nathan? I'd probably boot him out of bed. If you sleep with me, you need a crash out. I never used to be like that, because when I was married, I never strayed and clobbered him on, you know. Well, I never clobbered him on unintentionally, let's just say. I might have clobbered him on purpose. That's a long time ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been unmarried longer than I was married. I've been a single girl. I always say single, I don't say divorced. It sounds like you're a failure, doesn't it, when you say divorced? Yeah, I've been listening to that. I've got, I don't know, I didn't give you. I don't know why you've got a crown. Nothing to do with me, people. Anybody know why people have got crowns? What does it mean? It's nothing I've done, Yolanda, because I'm not technical. I wouldn't know how to do it. If Sian comes on, Sian would probably know, because she's Nathan, you're a moderator. What is it? Why is there a purple crown? Marta's got a purple crown. Yolanda's got a white crown. And I don't know why. You're asking the wrong person. I don't know what it is either. Yeah, Yolanda's got a crown after her name. It's a crown with a hashtag 2. And Martin's got a hashtag 1 with a purple crown. I don't know why. Oh, you must be a commoner. All right, yeah, I can see them. Can nobody else see them, honey? I don't know what they are. Oh, the crowns for top fans. Oh, there you go. There you go, Martin and Yolanda, your top fans. Maybe it's people who comment a lot on, in the comments. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a new thing. I've never seen it before until this week. Yeah. You don't see them, Mimi? No, I do. Obviously, Yolanda does. Martin, do you see your crown or not? A top fan is somebody who comments a lot on a page on Facebook. If you like a page on Facebook and you comment a lot, they then to ask you, to be a top fan. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's like it's usually with me, it's usually dog things, people who rescue dogs. I usually get, you could be a top fan of this page. It's never a person, it's always somebody who, rescues dogs or something, yeah. Yeah, I think it's something to do with comments, yeah. You see a pair of scissors at the top and no crowns, oh dear. It's getting worse, isn't it? It's all good fun on here, you find out things you never knew before. Don't know what to do about it, but we find out things that we never knew before. Oh dear. Oh, they're only for the top 3 fans. Oh, that's kind of a bit mean, isn't it? That's a bit mean. Everybody should have everybody should have a crown. That's sort of not victimization. What do you call it? Preferential treatment. Yeah, that's not right, is it? Everybody should have a crown. We all want to be a princess for the day. Well, I don't know about the guys, but you know. They might have an inner princess, you don't know, do you? You know. So it's like the shawls I've made when I keep saying the pink ones are for the ladies. Some guy might want to wear a pink shawl. I don't know. Who am I, you know? I think guys look nice in pink shirts, yeah. Oh, you're having a lot of crowns, are you, Lydia? Don't be greedy. Lydia's got 5 crowns now. I lost my tiara when I moved here. I used to have a tiara, if you remember, when I lived in Prestwich. I had a glittery tiara, so I used to put on. You're a princess, are you? Oh, good, right, you're a princess. Well, you're number 1 with a crown, so you must be. Oh, thank you, Autumn. My aim in life is to make people happy. Life is too short to be flipping miserable, I tell you. Luckily, I have been blessed with the kind of humour that makes me laugh at myself, yeah? And I think unless you can laugh at yourself, you're miserable, you know. I see people walking around town and they're like, and you say something to them and you're thinking, oh, goodness, life's too short, you know, for goodness sake, crack a smile, yeah? 75 XP, whoa! Oh, I've got a crown at the top. It says top fans, yeah. But I didn't give everybody the crown, so I'm not doing preferential treatment. It's not me. It's not me that's saying, I deem you a crown. You are a princess. I will give you a crown. Arise, Sir Princess. Oh, dear. Well, we learn something every Saturday, don't we, I tell you? You know, to me, Saturday night chats are party nights, you know. It's not for me. Like when I do my ordinary videos, it's me not promoting myself. That sounds a bit, what's it? But it's me telling everybody what I've been up to, what I've been doing. I've made this shawl, I've made this, I've made that. But when I'm here on a Saturday night, it's not the same to me. To me, I'm not here to promote anything. I'm just here for party night. You know, it's just a different atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, you've got a crown now, Jean. You've got a crown number 3. Yeah, some people permanently. And to be quite honest, it's mostly women. They've got this permanently miserable face. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. You know, life is short. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We may not be here tomorrow. One of us may be gone by tomorrow. We don't know. So why, you know, why, yeah, welcome the coronation. Yeah. Why go through life miserable? I try to think of something kind of uplifting each day. You know, you can, yeah, I won't say you can make yourself happy because if you've got clinical depression, that is different. But if you're just a normal person in a normal mood and you're just having a bad day, I think you can change your day just by your attitude. That's my sort of opinion, yeah. Hiya, Chris. You're too late to have a crown. We're just wondering why people have got crowns, you see. Well, it is. It's Saturday night, isn't it? It's party night. We obviously can't go out or don't go out on a Saturday night, yeah? Yeah, some people haven't got smiley faces, have they? Some people have got miserable faces. And you feel like saying to them, you know, if you're happy, let your face know, don't you, you know? And yet you see other people and they walk down the street and they're always kind of happy, you know. And they're not usually on drugs or anything, you know, they're just normally happy people. I mean, I'm not, well, I'm on blood pressure drugs and that, and I don't take any painkillers, so. Oh, you love joining the party. Yahoo! We should all decide one day to get party popper, shouldn't we? And those things that you go, boo, boo, boo. What they call those little curly things that you blow. Woo! Yeah, it's nice when people do that, Mimi, but sometimes you make eye contact with somebody and you smile and they look at you like you're mental. You know, it's just, and you feel like saying, oh, for goodness sake, love, you know. Life's too short, enjoy it. As they say, it's not a dress rehearsal, it's the real thing, isn't it? You know, if you're miserable, half of the time it's your own fault, you know. Say, yeah, I used to get told that, especially if you pulled your tongue out at your mother. She'd say, your face will freeze. You know, you go, ooh, your mother. When my son was little, I used to wear glasses a lot. And if you remember the glasses that came out a bit, you know, sort of really 70s, 80s things. And my son really believed when he was little that I had eyes in the back of my head because I'd say, don't pull faces at me. But what he didn't realise was he used to reflect in the side of my glasses because I had those reactor light glasses. And they do kind of, you can actually see sort of things, not behind you, but to the side of you, like, you know. And I used to say to him, I've got eyes in the back of my head, you know, I can see you pulling faces. And he used to come and look in my hair to see if he could find my eyes. Our kids are lovely when they're so innocent, aren't they? You can really pull their leg up, pull their leg, can't you? Bite your lip and your face will change. Yeah. The expressions that your parents tell you, yeah. If you break your leg, don't come running to me and all things like that, you know. Well, when you think about it, my generation, it's a wonder we weren't all maimed. I mean, our playgrounds were nothing like they are now. We didn't have cushy things to land on, and, you know, our swings and things had spiky bits, and the slides were high and used to, I mean, now they're plastic and they don't go anywhere. When we had a slide, it used to go, woof, and you'd go straight off the end and land on your backside in all this concrete and creosote and God knows what else. And you'd, you know, I know it sounds strange, but I'd go home with like holes in the back of my knickers, and my mother would say, you've been on that slide again, haven't you? Because you come straight down and your dress would go up and you'd go straight across, and of course you'd wear holes in the back of your pants. So I was always getting in trouble for wearing holes in the back of my knickers. I wasn't a very girly girl. I was very tomboy. And I used to be very, very upset because, of course, little girls didn't wear trousers back in my generation. We didn't wear shorts unless it was you're on holiday and it was summer. You didn't wear shorts, you wore a dress. And I mean, half the things I used to do as a little girl, I'd be upside down or something like that, you know. Wearing a dress really wasn't practical, yeah. Yeah. Oh God, yeah, help us. I mean, they can't go out now on a bike, can't they, without their helmet on, knee pads, elbow pads on. Good grief. You know, if you fell off, and that was it. You learnt not to do it again, didn't you? I mean, how many times have you been walloped on the back of the head with a swing? You know, you jump off the swing while it's still going, don't you? And it comes back and then boom, bang, on the back of your head. It's a wonder we didn't all have concussion. We used to climb on top of an air raid shelter and jump off. I mean, they're quite high, you know. Oh, yeah, we used to grease it. We used to take, you know, the grease-proof paper that the bread came in. We used to take that with us and grease the slide. You shot off the end like a rocket, didn't you, right in the gravel, yeah? That's where I used to get the holes in my knickers. Oh dear. And then that thing that went round and round and round, is it like an umbrella? And the big kids used to spin it and spin it and spin it, and you either fell off or you was thick. It was one of the two things that used to happen to you. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, you always get the big kids pushing you, and the little kids are hanging on like grim death, aren't they? And then some parent would come along and say, don't push it so fast, the kids are falling off. Yeah, kids used to be shooting off at all different angles. Oh, we used to have fun. But now, I mean, God, they're pussyfooting about, yeah. Yeah, conkers. Dearie me. Knife used to bang your knuckles when you got hit with a conker. Clang right on your knuckles. Ooh, that hurt. Do you remember those clackers? Those there were two hard balls, things like that, with a string, and you had to do that with them. They used to clang like that. And then, oh God. Conkers are they horse chestnuts? You know, like you would roast chestnuts. We used to like let them dry and then thread a string through them, and then we used to bung again, bang. And the idea was to break somebody else's conker, because then you were the winner, weren't you? Yeah, you'd put a string right through it. You probably have them as horse chestnuts. I think they cook them, don't they, and sell them on stalls in America, on street corners. You buy them hot, you know. No, we didn't do that really. We just used to dry them, and you soaked them in something or other. I don't know what it was. It made them go harder still. And then you bash somebody's poor man's sports, you see, because it didn't cost a lot. You just had to go and find a horse chestnut tree. Yeah. Yeah, shoelaces or a bit of string. I tell you. Oh, yeah, I had a big lump on my wrist once by hitting it with a click clack. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh no, we didn't have to. Teachers were inside having a cup of coffee. They never came out. We'd no playground attendance. You just had to hope that nobody was knocking hell out of each other, you know. You had to go running in, miss, they're fighting. Yeah, well, I was, in the 40s, 50s, me, at school. No, you didn't get supervised, did you, heck? You were expected to behave. By and large, I think we did. You know, there'd be the odd fight that broke out between the boys, usually. The girls were usually playing skipping or something. We were quite innocuous, you know. No, we didn't always have a teacher out with yard duty, no. What I can remember was when it was really cold and the boiler wasn't working, about every hour they used to make us put our coats on and our hats, and we used to go out into the playground and jump about and do like exercises to warm up. There was no like sending people home or anything like that. So I'll just keep looking at make sure the garage door's not opening. It's not windy though at the moment, yeah. Yeah, you don't see kids playing conkers these days. They're all too busy with expensive toys. We didn't have expensive toys. Nobody did. It wasn't just me. It just, our parents didn't spoil. Well, they didn't have the money. But kids today are plumbing ruined. Parents are complaining they've got no money, and yet they're buying expensive games for their kids. No, well, I wasn't deprived at all. I never knew I was poor until I grew up. It's funny when you look back, isn't it? You think, oh, yeah, we were a bit poor. But I didn't feel poor. I didn't feel left out. All of my friends were in the same situation. Any toys you had, you shared. you didn't expect stuff. You know, kids today expect everything given to them on a plate. They don't have the latest PS, whatever it is. You know, they're hard done by, aren't they? We weren't in, unless it was pouring down or thick snow, you were out. Your parents threw you out. We lived in a small, small house. There wasn't room for us to play in the house, yeah. You just got thrown outside. Go and play. Go outside. Go play. Put your coat on. Put your wellies on. You'll be fine. Get your mittens, yeah. Oh, the cost of living. Oh, dear. Everybody wants too much these days. That's the trouble. You know, the kids want everything they see, and the parents blooming well give it them. But the thing is, it's peer pressure, isn't it? I was never singled out as a child because I didn't have A, B, and C. Whereas today's kids are much crueler. You know, they would pick on a child if it doesn't have the latest toy or the latest thing. They pick on kids, and I think they're obviously brought up with the wrong attitude, you know. We never expected anything, so therefore we were never disappointed. You never expected a load of things at Christmas, so you weren't disappointed. You were happy with what you got. You got given the one largest things, maybe a doll, maybe something. And then the rest of it, you just get maybe board game or a jigsaw or something small. You know, you only had a pillowcase. I mean, nowadays I see on the Christmas tree, and there's parcels and parcels and parcels, and I'm thinking, how many children have they got? And it turns out they've got one or they've got two. And the Christmas tree is like, you can hardly see it for blinking toys and stuff. Hi, Lisa. Oh, round here, it's all those electric scooters bombing up and down. And there's usually 2 or 3 kids on one scooter. I mean, it's not long ago, I think, I don't know if somebody was killed or a young lad was killed on a scooter. He crashed into the side of a car. And I'm like, well, you know, they don't watch what they're doing at all, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, school uniforms are expensive, but usually if you have managed to get them, they do last you the whole year, don't they? A school uniform. Whereas if you were letting the children wear anything, the ones that have money would be coming in different things. And the ones that were poor would be in the same thing all year, you know. Whereas if it was a school uniform, everybody would be in the same thing all year. Yeah, I know it's hard for anybody who's on a budget. The school uniforms are expensive, yeah. But it is a leveler, I do believe, you know, that rich or poor, you dress the same. You know, it's just a shame that it's so expensive if you've got to get them from a certain outlet. You know, if you're not wearing generic skirts, you know, generic trousers and stuff. You know, some schools have got a particular jumper, a particular blazer, haven't they? And you've got to wear that. But I do think it is a leveler. I mean, when I was at the grammar school, I didn't know who had money and who didn't because we all looked alike. You know, we all had the same uniform on. You know, like the only time you thought somebody was posh if their mum picked them up in a car, and you think, ooh, they must have money, they've got a car, you know. And then you find out that their dad was a commercial traveller and he got a car for work, you know. But it all wasn't what it seemed, yeah. Yeah, I think it's right as well, like you can't wear trainers or things with a logo on because you know you get the people who can afford these like 200 trainers. I mean, personally, I would never pay that for a pair of shoes. Yes, I like a pair of nice shoes, but I don't want to be paying £100 for a pair. I'm sorry, but no. I mean, when I was at work and I used to work in the shop, you're on your feet all day long. I did used to buy good shoes then, really good shoes, because you need your comfort if you're on your feet all day. But I would be wearing that pair until they fell apart, really, you know. But like now, I mean, 90% of the time I'm in my slippers. So I don't buy expensive shoes anymore. And when I'm out, I mean, I'm riding on my scooter. So it doesn't matter. You know, I don't have to buy expensive shoes. I buy nice shoes. My bane in my life is when I get dressed up, I cannot wear anything with a heel anymore. And I think when you go into sort of a function, maybe a wedding or something, it looks so much nicer if you don't have to wear skyscraper heels, you know, just a nice pair of court shoes with a bit of a heel would be nice, you know, or a nice pair of sandals with a bit of a heel. But I can't wear anything with any kind of a heel at all. Even if it's only about an inch and a bit, I have to have a flat, you know, flat. And I try to buy nice flat shoes, but a lot of them are not that pretty. Or if they are, they're too flimsy and they don't hold my feet, you know, like I walk off at the sides of them, yeah. I'm better in a pair of Doc Martin boots, to be quite honest with you, yeah. Oh, I used to love my high heels. Oh, my goodness me, yeah. Yeah, we weren't rich at all. We never had any money until I'd be about 13, when the shop started to take off and started to make a bit of money. I'm not saying we were rich, but comparatively speaking, we were from when I was growing up. And my dad was like just a butcher, and there was only one wage coming in. You know, my brother had it the hardest because, of course, he had to go to university and that with no money. So he had it a lot harder than I did. I mean, by the time I got to 13, the pressure was off financially. We weren't rich, but we weren't poor, if you know what I mean. We were sort of enough to pay the bills without worrying, you know. Oh, I used to love my high heels. I used to have pairs and pairs. I was like Imelda Marcos. They used to laugh at me at work because I had a pair in every colour that matched my outfits. You know, if I was wearing navy, I had navy shoes. Wearing red, I had red shoes, you know. And my mum used to call them tart slippers when I wore red. You know, you're not wearing those red high heels, are you? The tart slippers. Yeah. Oh, you should have seen the shorts we had to wear for PE. Honestly, they were thick wool and they were like a skirt. And you know, like if you ever watch hockey, what they were just looked like a short skirt, but they were divided into a pair of shorts with pleats, and they were heavy. They were made of thick wool. And that's what we had to wear for if you were doing gym outside. Because the men may stop in their wagons and look at the girls through the railings. Ooh, God, if they're that desperate. Us in our navy blue knickers, you know what I mean? Oh, dear. Oh, no, we couldn't. No, and nothing with a logo at all. And we couldn't wear patent leather. They had to be just plain black or brown leather shoes, yeah. They had to wear. We weren't allowed to wear trainers, but they weren't really around. I don't even remember there being any trainers when I was a girl. It was just plimsolls, you know. We used to call them pumps. Um, yeah. Oh, I used to love my high heels, Martin. I was Marilyn Monroe. It's probably why I've got a bad back. Marilyn Monroe walk was nothing on me, I tell you. Straight skirt, yeah. Madonna boobs, you know. Wolf whistles off the off the top of the scaffolding. Ah, I used to love it. I used to love the attention. Yeah, tennis shoes. Well, we used to call them pumps for some reason or other. Plimsolls or pumps. But they weren't designer. They were all exactly the same. They were just white with laces on them. Or you could get them with a bit of elastic across if they were black, yeah. But no one, nobody wore. I don't even remember there was any, trainers or whatever, yeah. You could never wear high heels or high. I used to have trouble. I used to do ballet when I was younger, and you develop quite good calf muscles when you do ballet and things like that. So I used to have trouble with high boots, getting the zip. It used to stop. And I used to be really upset. But I was really glad when the big high, Nancy Sinatra boots came out because they were elasticated. I could get them up my legs. These boots are made for walking, like Nancy Sinatra. Woohoo! I used to love my big white boots, yeah. Oh, we had to wear those, but we didn't, yeah. It was a girls' school, though, so it wasn't quite so embarrassing, Yolanda. We had to wear those big navy bloomers, yeah. Oh, no, we had a school uniform, and they were very strict. Very, very strict about our uniform. You weren't allowed to, wear what you wanted at all. In my school, you get put in detention if you got the wrong colour mittens on. Oh, you had bottle green ones. Ours were navy blue, yeah. Mind you, when I see some of the girls going to school round here, they're not wearing a skirt, they're wearing a belt. They're barely covering the bloomers, aren't they? And I think, oh, don't know whether they think they look good or not, but they don't. I love my ankle boots. I love my ankle boots. I wear them all the time. I've got a pair of black ones and they're falling to bits near enough. I bought myself another new pair, but of course they're not broken in yet and they're not the same. I still go back to my old ones and they're falling to bits. But they go with everything. What am I making? I'm making granny squares. I'm making a lap blanket eventually for the old folks home. I hope they don't want another one. Oh, you're going out, Lydia, right? Well, thank you for your company and enjoy your errands, yeah. Oh, Stevie Nicks, my idol. I love the way she dresses. I tell you, if I had the money, I'd be really boho. You wouldn't see me for frills and flounces and whatnot. I'd be so boho, and the house would be so boho. It should be purple with flowers and all sorts everywhere. I would have, furniture, the upcycle stuff where they paint flowers all over everything, not like this white unit. If I was really boho, it would be flowery or something, yeah. Hi, Connie. But I just haven't got the wherewithal, and I'm not much good at customizing things myself, I'm not that artistic. I could free draw a flower on the wall, Do you remember stenciling? And you used to get a stencil, didn't you, and stipple things on the wall? Oh, dear. That was pretty naff, wasn't it, really, when you think about it? Oh, dear. I never did that. That's one thing we never did in our house. Yeah. Did anybody else do that? Get a transfer and stipple it all on the wall? Oh, dear. No, I sort of follow on Facebook these boho Facebook pages. Oh, some of the furniture, beautiful. These Art Deco tea services and things, yeah. You stencil pink roses on a slanted. I never did that. I know it was fashionable at the time. You could get like Mickey Mouse and things and stencil them on nursery walls, can't you? But we never did. The only thing I ever did was got a transfer and put some kind of an animal on my son's cot, because my son had a white cot, you know, the wooden cot. And I got a stencil of like some kind of it wasn't Mickey Mouse, some creature, the rabbit or something that put them on, yeah. You used to do it, did you, Jean? I would love to be more bold with my decor, you know. Stippling the walls. Yeah, my ex-husband stippled one wall. We got fed up with it pretty soon, yeah. Yeah, I think my bad back started with a pair of heels, with wearing heels all the time. I used to work in them. And, you know, working in the wool shop, up and down the ladders, up and down the stairs. People used to say to me, how can you wear those high heels all day? Oh, you've been demoted now. Oh, Linda's got a crown now. I don't know who gives them out. It's not me. It must be automatic. I'm not going, I deem you a crown. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'd love to be more adventurous with my decor. But I know I'm not. In my mind, I'm a complete and utter hippie and boho. But when it actually comes down to actually doing painting and doing things, I just chicken out of it. And I get a bit more conventional and think, But I am going to paint a colour in here. Can't be doing with this awful. I don't know whether it's blue or whether it's grey. It's one of them funny colours. Either way, it's pretty yuck. I went in my niece's new house and the wall in the lounge is like a deep, rich bottle green colour, dark green. And I went, oh, I said, I love that. And she goes, we don't like it. We're thinking of painting it white. And I'm like, oh, please, no, leave it. It's lovely. Oh, we used to do that at school with potatoes, yeah. And then we progressed to lino cuts. Did you ever do that? They give you a block and you chisel it out with a craft knife. And you have to do it like kind of in reverse, don't you? It's like fabric printing, isn't it? You know, like people who have expensive fabrics, or Indians do it, don't they? In India, they fabric print with things. You know, if you buy anything from India, it'll be like kind of imperfect because they don't always hit the mark where they're putting the stencil thing down, yeah. Screen printing and all that jazz. Funny enough, it's something I've never really wanted to do. I've never wanted to dye yarn and I've never wanted to screen print. I suppose some people like doing that sort of thing, don't they? But dyeing my own yarn has just never ever appealed to me. I know it's expensive to buy hand-dyed yarn, but I'd rather just buy what I want. In any case, I can't wear wool next to my skin, apart from on my feet. But, so, you know, hand-dyeing yarn would be a bit of a waste of time for me. I was watching Amora. She went to Stockport, to a little wool shop in Stockport this time. Have you done screen printing, Martin? Yeah. Yeah, lino. When you think they used to, I mean, health and safety, they used to let us loose with those like scalpel blades, didn't they? And the lino cut, don't cut your fingers. You know? Yeah, I always want to do the Billy bookcases. I think Billy bookcases are so boring. But to actually, they're not made of wood. They're made out of composite stuff. And they put like a surface on them. And when you read, you've got to either get specialised different paints or you've got to put coating or something else on because the paint just won't stick, apparently, on those Billy bookcases. And I hate them. It's like this unit behind me. It's very functional. It's nice, white, but I would prefer it to be a different colour if you're with me. I would prefer it to be colourful. But I know for a fact I won't ever paint it. But I sit there in the front room and I'm like looking at these Billy bookcases thinking, I hate you. I really hate you. I wish I'd kept my wooden ones. I don't know why people think IKEA is the bee's knees. If I won the lottery, I would change everything to proper furniture, as I call it. Real furniture. You know, that's actually wood. Oh, yeah. Kids and knives, that worries me. Really worries me. The number of children. You read in the paper that little children in infant school taking knives to school. If that was my kid, I'd be terrified. Oh, is it raining? I've got a sort of it's not a flat roof on the conservatory, but it's not a roof with roof tiles. It's a roof of some description. And you hear the rain there long before you hear it anywhere else. And I thought I heard the rain. No, I'm not sure. Sounds about right because it starts raining usually about this time. Most nights. According to my thing on the PC, it says 16 degrees and cloudy. So I think it's a bit more than cloudy. I think it's a bit rainy. Oh, somebody needs to paint that doll's house, Chris. It's going to be there forevermore. I've got all the furniture. It's in a box. I keep saying it's a winter project. It's like my knitting machine. That's going to be a winter project. Oh, if you're wondering where Val is today, she's in Bournemouth. She's gone on holidays and she didn't even know whether she'd have enough internet to, come on and listen to us. She's on her jolly ollies. I wish somebody would come and paint me Dolly's house. I dearly do. I'm sure I'll never get around to it. And I hate pink. It's disgusting. And it needs wallpaper. It's I bought it cheap. I bought it as a fixer-upper, if you know what I mean. So it definitely needs doing up. You didn't win the lottery, I don't suppose I will. Oh, you're number one fan now, Linda. And Martin's number two. Martin, you've been demoted. Oh, I wish I knew why it's happening, this. Oh, somebody's highlighted a comment for me to take a look at. I'll have a look at it later. Yeah, I knew what was going on in my son's life. I would have known if he'd bought a knife or had a knife or taken one from the kitchen. I wasn't a helicopter parent, but... Oh, you're going, Yolanda. Thank you for your company. Yeah, I would have known what my son was up to, if you know what I'm saying. Not all of the time, but I would have known if he'd have had a knife or something. Or some kind of a weapon. It's sad that they feel the need they've got to carry one. Oh, excuse me, Ollie. That they have to carry one. That they feel I mean, a lot of them, it's not for bullying. A lot of them, it's because they feel insecure and they feel somebody else has got the knives. And I'm thinking, it must be sad. You know, when you see these things, would you like to be young again? And I'm like, yeah, well, I would like to be younger, but not in this generation. I doubt I will wallpaper here, Chris. I don't think. There's wallpaper in my bedroom, but I won't wallpaper. If I want it wallpapered, I'm going to have to save up for a decorator, I think. I mean, in the front room, there's only one wall, the chimney breast wall. That's the only wall that's got wallpaper on. And to be quite honest, even though I hate it, I can't see much of it because I've got billy bookcases either side of the recess. So I've got the fireplace in the middle. And the television's above that. So there's only really strips above that I can actually see the old wallpaper. So it's not bugging me that much, even though it's the icky kind of browny colour. I mean, I got rid of the beige carpet as best as I could by covering it up with a rug. I've got a rug that's sort of a turquoise colour with peacocks all over it. And I've got my turquoisey, this colour, velvet, because this matched the velvet curtains in the lounge. Yeah, I've got that. The velvet curtains back up. I threw out I gave to the charity shop, the icky beige curtains that they left behind. But the room I was in today that I did the second bedroom, that's got cream coloured curtains, but then again, nobody's in there. But they're so flimsy, if anybody was sleeping the night, they'd be able to you could practically see through them. They're transparent near enough. I'm sure nobody's ever slept in that room. It's not a real fireplace. No, it's got electric fire. It's a phony one. No, I left the other one behind. The mucky old log burner. Bane of my life, that thing. Seemed like a good idea at the time. I thought it would be more economical. Ha, ha, ha. It used to burn through logs at a rate of knots. It cost me a fortune in the winter. I'd like to be younger, Martin. I don't think young, but younger. I mean, my best time of my life was in my 40s, really. I think I just got divorced and I had a whale of a time when I was in my 40s. I was like the elderly teenager when I was in my 40s. I went a little bit wild. So that was my best time of my life, I think, in my 40s, yeah. Early 40s. Or was it late 40s? One of the two. 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. I've done 3 squares now. So I've got 22, 23, 24, 25. I've got past the halfway, just. That's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Never mind, they'll all merge in, won't they? I haven't got that many colours to play with, really, so just do the best I can. I've got a bag with some more oddments in the craft room. I'm just using this little plastic bag with a few in. Yeah, we'd all like to do things differently. But if I'd have done things differently, would I have my son? Might have a different son or a different... Oh, I'm very 70s me, I tell you. No, I'm actually a very 60s, to be quite truthful. There was a thing on Facebook today. Would you have liked to have been at Woodstock? I said, well, it was a bit difficult for me because A, it was in the USA, and in 1969, I had a brand new baby, so no, I wouldn't have been at Woodstock. Hi, Denise. I think I'd have been too... Couldn't have left a baby to go to Woodstock. My mother would not have liked it. Yeah, if I'd have lived my life differently, would I have had my son? Probably, maybe had a child, but not my son, would I? It wouldn't be him. But if I had my time over again, I would not have got married as young as I did. I was much too young. I was 22 just 22, I think, when I got married. You think you know it all, don't you? Oh, designed by Jean. You've turned out to be number 1 now. Martin's gone down to number 2. Linda was number 1 before. Now it's Jean. Oh, we're having fun here playing musical crowns. I should make a comment to see if I can be number 1. Number 1 in my own chat group. Oh dear. Tell you. Yeah, I was disappointed when I went to Affinity because there was supposed to be a big yacht there and I couldn't see it. You know me and yachts. And there was 2 guys the other side of the gate. Oh, you're going, Mimi? And I said in a loud voice about this yacht. And I said, it's a pity we can't get through with the gate being locked. And he didn't take the hint. You know, he didn't think, oh, there's 2 old birds there on the scooters, you know, let them have a look at the yacht. No, miserable. We'd have had to go all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, and all the way around to get to the other side of where, you know, there's two bits to the harbour. You can get to the first bit. That's where the little yachts are moored. And yet the bigger yachts are in the deeper water, which is the other side of the harbour. So obviously the big yacht was on the deeper side of the harbour. And I couldn't get to it. Well, I could have done if I'd have gone all around the houses. So I was disappointed. I didn't see the yacht. Oh, well, the green. Oh dear. Oh, bless. I mean, that came from the lady who's blind, and she rolls the most awful balls of wool you've ever seen. They all fall apart. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I couldn't have lived with my husband before I'm, you know. We'd actually was buying a house before we got married, and he was going to go and live in it, you know, and do it up before, because my mother would never have allowed me to go and live with him. Dearie me, no. She wasn't opposed to us buying the house before we were married, but she was, oh, I could never have moved in it with him. He'd have been in it on his own. But as it happened, we did get married before we moved in it because the house took ages to come through. So we were married just before we got the house, yeah. Oh, I think, yeah. I think if I'd have lived with mine, I wouldn't have married him, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't marry, well, at my time of life, I wouldn't get married again, but I'm not opposed to, if I met anybody, the right one, I might live with them, but I wouldn't want to get married again. It's too much of it. Well, what's the point at my time of life, you know? I'm not going to get more kids, am I, you know, anything like that. Unless he was rich, of course, you know. I'm going to leave me his fortune if I married him. Fat chance. No chance of that. My attraction has one thing. I get the tramp on the tram, you know. I think I told you about him, Walter Mitty. It was a running commentary all the way up the tram. It was a long tram journey, believe me, with him on there, telling me where he'd worked and what he'd done and everything. You know, touch of the Walter Mitty's wasn't in it, you know. Sat there eating his Greg's pasty. I mean, there were no harm in him. He was all right, you know, but why did he always come and talk to me? Why do I always get the nutter on the bus? I had one a couple of weeks before who collected, oh, not key rings. What was it? Was it key rings he collected? He insisted on pulling them all out of his pocket and showing me all these key rings. I don't get normal conversations on trams. I had a young lass on Monday telling me about she'd been an alcoholic. I'm like, oh, yes, very nice. You tell everybody you just meet. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got my dustman. Yeah, he is lovely. He told me to have a lovely day on Wednesday morning. He said, "Oh, don't struggle, darling," he said to me. "I'll push the bin a bit further up your driveway for you so you don't have so far to push it." Oh, bless. Oh, little God. I told you, did I tell you they've just had their fourth baby? I mean, what the heck she sees in him, I don't know. 4 kids. They must have never seen their dad sober. Oh, dear. He was trying to talk to us the other day, the same day, the dustbin man. And he was trying to tell me he had a cheese and tomato sandwich. I think that's what he was saying. It was 11:15 in the morning. He had a can in one hand and a sandwich in the other. And he was trying to have a conversation with me and my neighbour. And he couldn't get it out. He couldn't get the words out at all. He was about his cheese and tomato sandwich. Oh, yeah, enjoy, you know, I'm just talking to my neighbour, I enjoy. He's up the street, 11:15 in the morning. Legless. Never mind. Yeah. He's obviously happy. He calls me Queen. I think I told you that before. Are you right, Queen? Okay, fine. I always time it wrong. I'm either just coming out of the house or something. He's coming up the street. I usually look like that to make sure he's nowhere around. I tell you, I get them all. I'm so attractive to people that are weird. Anybody faintly normal or good looking, no chance. Not a hope. Oh. I got stopped talking to a bloke on, when was it? Thursday. No teeth. Telling me he was going to the regatta somewhere or other, watching the yachts. And smiling away, there no teeth. Oh, yeah, look, yeah, the sequins. Sequins. You see? Sequins. It's see-through. Woo. That's why I've got a t-shirt underneath. Yeah, I've got sparkles on today. I have a bit of glitter, a bit of gold. Don't go that way, that's my cooker. Don't want to see that. You get landed with them at bus stops, yeah. The King Club, or the Knit Club. It was fine, yeah. It was fine. Yeah, I like a bit of sparkles on my top, Chris. I had another dress, I've got to alter it. Something is creaking. Falling to bits, I am. Something's creaking. Yeah, I've got a lovely dress, a black dress. It's strappy. It's black with flowers on it, and it's got all these sequins all down it. But when I put it on, talk about eyes down for a full house. Oh, I thought I can't go out in that. I'm going to have to put like a fake panel across the front, you know. It looked like something out of Benny Hill. It was like puddings boiling over. Oh dear, I thought, no. I need to do some sewing because I think I told you the elastic had snapped in the neckline of my boho dress. It's like a diurnal neckline. What do they call them? Like a round. And one of the elastic's gone in one side of it. So I need to mend that and mend that, lo and behold, dress. And I can be wearing it, yeah. The Henley Regatta. I like sailing. I'm too old and knackered to do it now, but I do love sailing. Has to be a yachtty though, not a motorboat, speedboat. I bought about the goth bit. Not the goth. My friend's a goth. She actually got married in black, would you believe? She's a goth. She never wears anything else but black. One day she said to me, "You've not noticed." And I said, "What? What have I not noticed?" She says, "You've not noticed." And I said, "What? I'm not wearing black." I said, "You're wearing charcoal grey." Oh, you have to be weird and wonderful, don't you? I would be highly insulted if somebody called me a normal person. Yeah, I would be insulted. No, the goth bit, no. I like the steampunk. I'd love one of those hats, you know, with the eyes, what do you call them, the goggles on. I love, where is it did it go? Is it Whitby, is it? Is it Whitby? Where they have this steampunk punk. Hi, Val. I was just telling everybody you wouldn't be on because you was on your Jolly Ollies. Yeah, I would love, I'm far from normal, you're right there, Val. I've always been left of centre. Yeah, I think the steam, I'll never wear it really, but the steampunk, you know, where they have all that black lace and the hats and, oh gosh. I've seen the, you know, videos of Whitby where they wearing all this fancy stuff. I think, oh, lovely. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a goth, but I would like to be a steampunk. Wear them big, I know my favourite's like Stevie Nicks, you know, she wears all them frilly things. That's me. Whitby Goth Weekend, yeah, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? You ever seen the videos of it? It looks great. And they're all dressed up. I'd love to go just to watch what they're wearing, yeah. Oh, being normal is completely boring. Conventional. Ugh. Who would want to be conventional? Don't want to be that. I'm reading Zandra Rhodes's biography at the moment. Yeah. Beige. Grage, as my friend calls it. That's grey and beige. Who wants to dress in beige? I actually got a coat. I mean, it was only from the charity shop, but it's like a cream colour. And my friend says to me, "You're wearing beige." I went, "No, no, it's cream." Beige. Oh, Lord above. No. No, no, no. Cream, yeah. Delicate grey, maybe if it was with the colour. But what? It's always older people that wear greige. And as you get older, like me, you lose the colour. I mean, I've got very, very, very dark hair, or I did when I was younger. It's still dark underneath this blonde. But I don't suit it anymore because I'm so pale. And this is what older people don't realise. They lose their colour and they lose the colour of their hair. And they start to wear beige. And they fade into obscurity because it's like, where does the hair and the face stop and where does the clothes begin? And I think as you get older, you should wear more flattering. I'm not saying wear bold colours, but wear something that flatters your colouring, you know. Cream is nice, yeah. I don't mind cream, but beige, no. No, 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 no. I always think beige is what a colour when you can't think of anything else. My dad, it was in February, was it? Oh, a bit cold, wasn't it? Whitby, February, yeah. Ooh. Hi, Jane. Yeah, I can't wear certain colours, you know. That's why this is kind of pale, this is pale, but I put something bright on. You know, I can't, I'm not a pastel colour person. But I think somebody who's elderly, who's got grey or white hair. My sister-in-law, she's been white-haired. She was a redhead, so she went white quite young. But she will wear like a lovely pastel shade, and she's got just the right colouring to wear, you know, pastel pink, pastel blue. I don't have the right colouring for that. You know, my colours are really sort of dual colours. You know, when you have your colours done. You know what I call jade green, royal blue, deep tones like that. Those are my colours. I'm not a pastel colour person. It's all to do with your colouring, I suppose, and all to do with what you like, you know. But I just don't like beige. It's my hate, my nemesis. I didn't even own a pair of beige shoes. Well, I do. I own a pair of beige sandals. I tell a lie. But they're on my feet, aren't they? It was only because that was the only colour they had. It was in my size and my style. So I had to have them. I would have chosen a different colour had I had a choice, yeah. Do you know, I ate quite I can't say words tonight. Substantial tea, and yet my stomach's growling. I was naughty when we went to Affinity. I went in the Cadbury's outlet. But I accidentally bought these. It said they were butterscotch, and I thought they were butterscotch toffee. Yeah. But no, it's green and blacks butterscotch, but it's dark chocolate. I'm not that fond, but I bought them, so I'll eat them. It's just like a little miniature bar of chocolate. It's supposed to be good for you, this green and blacks, because it's dark chocolate, isn't it? But, oh, this one isn't actually. It's not that dark, is it? It's like a little miniature bar of chocolate, and it tipped you. Be all right in my doll's house, that, wouldn't it? Dark chocolate might be good, but I don't like it. How are you supposed to break that? You can't break that into little pieces, can you? When they say have one piece of chocolate. Yeah, I love butterscotch, but I thought it was going to be butterscotch toffee. Not looking properly, not reading. I should have known, because I was in a chocolate shop, shouldn't I? I should have known it wouldn't have been, like a butterscotch. Do you remember the butterscotch gums? They were lovely. They were chewy things. You could get them in licorice and you could get them in butterscotch. Yeah, Nathan's on here, Val. He's somewhere around. He wanders off. You know what Nathan's like. He wanders off. My friend was calling me. She said, that's not a nail, that's a talon. Cut it down. So it'll break. They always do. I'm not that keen on this. It is more bitter. No, yeah, Nathan said hello to you. I knew he was around. Are you bringing me back a stick of rock from Bournemouth, Val? Nobody ever brings me like a stick of rock. I ask everybody when they go in places, bring me back a stick of rock, and nobody ever does. Oh, I'll send you some of my weather then, Jane. It's been pouring down and blowing a gale. Oh. That chocolate's found a hole in a tooth I didn't even know I had. Oh. I didn't know I had a hole in a tooth, but obviously I must have. That chocolate's just found it. That's not my favourite. It's got little butterscotch pieces and they're so tiny. Just about see them. I don't like the chocolate. Not nice chocolate. No, I'm not going to eat any more of that. That's probably why it's good for you, because you don't like it, so you don't eat much. No, I don't mind. I did understand why you did it, Sophie. I hope you don't get bullied in here, because we don't have any of that in here. We are quite strict about things like that. We don't have politics. We don't have religion. We don't have racism. We don't have sexuality in this channel. We don't have any of that. We come here to party. No, we don't have any. We won't have them. One of the moderators would pitch them out if they did. We don't have it in here. Nope, not allowed. It's the same when, when they have elections and, yeah, we get bully boot, don't we, in here? Yeah, we don't have it. It's the same when it's elections and people come on wanting you to say something about this politician or that politician. We always say, we don't have it. We don't do it. We're from different countries. And I always say, like, I'm not making a comment about somebody else's politics. I don't want to know, we're not in it for that. And it's the same with religion. Everybody's entitled to their own religion, as long as they don't try to push it off onto somebody else, yeah. We don't mind, So you can be whoever you wish to be. If you wish to flit between your two personalities, Sophie, we don't mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. We used to have another young lady in that came in. I remember her coming in ages ago, and she says, "You don't mind me coming in?" She says, "Only I'm gay and all that." And I went, "No, making a difference to us in here. You can come in whenever you wish." But I just haven't been in for a long, long time. I can't remember her name now. And she used to come in because she said she felt comfortable with us all, yeah. Yeah, we do. We share craft, friendship. We don't do politics. We don't do arguments. We don't do stirring up. You go in some lives and there's always somebody there with agitates. And then it gets nasty. Then people start calling each other and the other thing. And, you think, I stopped going in a lot of lives. I used to go in them at one time and I stopped because I thought, do you not like each other? Honey. Oh, don't be stupid. Have you just come in to be silly or what? Because you're in the wrong group if you're coming in to be silly. You'll get booted out, love. Chris, get your welly out. See what I mean? Sophie, we don't have no mess. You get silly idiots. We used to have a spate of them at one time. They used to come in and prattle on, didn't they? Yeah, we have what we call whistle. We say whistle while you work. And one of the moderators goes, boot. We used to have these, well, I presume, spotty little teenagers that used to come in at one time and drive us all nutty. Trying to shock us by saying, "Oh, this is so dreadful. Oh, you are so this, that, and the other." And we used to go, "Oh, bye-bye." They do it for you for effect. So you will go, or you will argue with them, and we don't bother. We don't argue. We just go, "Bye, you're gone." You get the occasional You keep getting a Nigel Farage advert. No, thankfully, no. I can't do anything about the adverts on here. That's the annoying thing is, oh, good grief, Sophie, of course we accept you. Don't be daft. Oh, you know, you could be who you want to be. Tonight, who's it? What does he call? What would he call that guy? Tonight, I'm going to be. Who am I thinking of? Oh, he used to do that program, didn't he? They used to go through all that and clouds at the back, didn't they? And he used to say, tonight I am going to be. Who am I thinking? What's he called? That bloke. Oh, I can't think of his damn name. And they used to go, stars in your eyes, yeah, they used to go through this fuzzy cloud, didn't they? And they all used, yeah, Matthew Kelly, that was it. Tonight, Matthew, I am going to be meatloaf. And then they come back to it keeps covering the comments. I haven't got that, no. That advert. Yeah, Matthew Kelly, yeah. Is he still around? I've not seen him for years. It's funny how some people, every time you turn the telly, they're on. And then they disappear, don't they? And yeah, you used to have stars in your eyes. I mean, sometimes they were good when they came back through the curtains, weren't they? You know. And other times they were flipping rubbish, weren't they? I was watching Peter Kay the other day and he was going on, what was he said? There was a meatloaf impersonator called Pete Loaf. And then Shania Twain was Shania Twin. Static ad, yeah. I don't get that, Chris. I don't know why you're getting it. It's the trouble with YouTube is I can't say no ads. All I can put is I can say minimal ads. You can do minimal, medium, and concentrated ads. I suppose if I had concentrated ads, it might earn me more revenue. If I was a big person with millions of subscribers, it would earn me a lot more money if I did like aggressive kind of adverts. But I do the minimal adverts, but you can't have no adverts. They don't let you do that. And what got me was like, as you know, I never got paid because I didn't fill in my tax forms or anything. So I never got paid from being October, and yet they were still putting ads on. And I'm like, well, you know, it's not right. If you're not going to pay me, why put ads on the channel? You've got the best bra for mature women. Well, let me know what it is, Chris. I might need it. My chest is somewhere down around my knees. I looked at the video today, you know, you play back the video, and I thought, God, Jan, you need a decent bra. Pull your boobs up. I was always doing that to my mum. I was always going, with the bra straps. And she's going, stop it, it's not comfy. I said, Mum, your boobs are on your belly. Well, I'm comfy, leave me alone. Best bra for mature women. It's because you call Chris, you see, they might think you call Christine. Hey, you can't beat those 40s swimsuits. They were nice. Ladylike, weren't they? You know, the fully covered ones and that. I used to have one of them, yeah. And I used to have like a little piece across, you know, the front bit, so you didn't show your little stretchy bit across. I used to have one of those, yeah. Very ladylike they were. Very Esther Williams. Better than today's look. You know, Oasis are where I used to live. Up in Prestwich, they're right round the corner. In fact, my niece used to be sort of back to back with the park. And One woman was saying, can you not have a dress code? These girls are walking around with their boobs hanging out and the shorts up their backside, you know. And I'm thinking, it's cold and it's raining. What are they doing wearing stuff like that? They should have a parka. If they're watching Oasis, they should have a parka and a bucket hat on, shouldn't they? Oh, yeah, they should bring back. I think I do try, as you know, Chris, I try to be ladylike and wear dresses and that. But it's amazing how many people just slop about all day in a pair of jogging bottoms. And to me, I don't know. I know it's fashion and all that, but I'm old fashioned. I like ladies to look like ladies, you know, not ladettes. Yeah. I know it's old fashioned, but you've got an old lady brand of it as well. Well, they're trying to tell us something. They've seen my video. They said Johnny needs a bit more support. I was thinking that when I looked at the video. I thought, oh, why is she straps up? I do, but then I get grooves in my shoulders. Yeah, an over shoulder boulder holder, yeah. A lot of girls don't seem to wear them these days. Yeah, I don't know. Flippity floppity flippity floppity when they're walking along, and I'm thinking, oh, for goodness sake, girls. When you get to my age, you'll be around your kneecaps. If you don't have them supported. Oh, God, yeah. Where do people wander around in sweatpants and pyjamas? Here we have shorts on very, very large girls, those cropped tops, and they've got this big roll of fat hanging in between. And I'm like, look, I'm not being funny. You can wear that kind of fashion if you like, love, but it's not your figure style, yeah? But of course, you get called like sizeist or anything if you say anything. But, you know, dress according to your figure. You know, if you're a sweet little thing, you can probably wear shorts and a little mini top. But when you're a hefty great lump of a girl, then, you know, cover up, love. You might want to wear what you want. We've got to look at you, you know. I don't know why they think they look good. They mustn't have a full length mirror, that's all I can say. That's the last thing I always do before I go out. Check myself in the full length mirror to make sure I've not got me dress tucked in my knickers, you know. You just seem to get these crowns, and I don't know how you do it, Jane. We just haven't fathomed it out yet. We think it's like top chat, you know, if you talk a lot, because these crowns have been moving about between everybody all night. You know, people start off being number one crown, and then they finish up being number three, and then they finish up disappearing. And Chris has got a crown now, and he never had one before. So it's a mystery, Jane, why they're getting the crown. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not knighting people, you know. Aren't we all, love? Aren't we all an odd size? I never used to be. I used to be 34, 24, 36. Got a good memory. Yeah, I don't. You know, some people get changed as soon as I must admit, I got changed out of work clothes when I got home from work because I had to dress quite formally because I was in an office with front facing meeting people. And then we had a dress code. But when I came home, I used to change, but I didn't change into me nightie, you know. I used to change into something different. In the summer, I used to wear caftans. You know, they're not quite 90s, are they? You know, they look a bit more flash. But you know, I used to wear like straight skirts or trouser suits or something for work. I didn't want to lounge around the house wearing them. You know, that was formal attire, blouses that buttoned up and stuff. I got rid of them all as soon as I left work. But I didn't put my pyjamas on, no. You got Nigel popping up. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not in his party. I'm not in anybody's party. You're getting Nigel Farage instead of a crown. Aren't you the lucky one, Munchkin? Aren't you the lucky one? Yeah, you've got to wear formal clothes. You don't want to be lounging about watching the telly, do you? You know, in a straight skirt, tights, high heels, stuff like that. You're glad you're getting the brown one and not Nigel Farage. He's not the prettiest of fellas, believe me. He's not. He would never win a prize for his good looks, would he? I mean, I don't know about his politics. I don't follow him, but he's certainly not a hunk. Mrs. Farage might like him. Yeah, that's probably it, Munchkin. I probably said it was a party night, so he's come to decide to join our party. I don't know what party he is. What is he? Is he Reform or something? I don't know. I don't even know what Reform is. I always thought Reform was a school that you put naughty boys in, you know, a Reform school. But I don't think they have them anymore now. Katie Hopkins says, yeah. Well, she's not a prize either, is she? She's very vitriolic, isn't she? I mean, I do like some of the things she says, but she's very, very sharp with her tongue. No, I always try to stay away from controversy. You know, I've never been, even when I was younger, you know, and I bothered more what happened in the world. I've never been one for banging me drum and you've got to join this party or you've got to do that. I've never been one of them. To me, people are what they are. I would never fall out with anybody that, you know, that kind of has a wrong, different opinion than me. You know, when all this American election thing was going on, you know, I was watching on Facebook saying, you can't be a friend of mine if you vote for whoever. And I'm like, oh, don't be so stupid. You know, I've had friends all my life that probably think differently than I do. But it doesn't mean to say you can't be friends. You just agree to differ, don't you? You know, have a common ground. I mean, as you know, one of my best friends at the time, Kelly, was a Muslim. You know, we were still great friends. She never pushed her religion onto me, and I never bothered asking her about hers. You know, we just got on as people, you know. It was, oh, you went to one of those schools, did you? Were you a naughty boy? We don't want to know, we won't ask. As long as you've reformed. Oh, dear. Well, as I say, I've got friends who are Sikhs. Got a friend, like you say, who's a Muslim. You know, it doesn't bother me. Doesn't worry me at all. I mean, one of my friends, she said to me, you know, she said, I'm gay, does it bother you? I said, well, as long as you don't try to convert me, I'm fine, you know. I just had accepted her as the fact of what she was, you know. She knew I was straight, so she just left me alone if you're with me. But we were still friends. I don't think you should judge people like that. You know, I'm not being friends with her because she's this, that, or the other. No. No, thanks. Not I. As long as people are fine with me, as long as people are nice, decent people, I don't think it matters what colour they are, what religion they are. Doesn't matter. I remember somebody saying to me, when only a small kiddie, you know, like, why is that lady brown? You know, why is she not white like us? Why is that lady brown? And I said, well, it's like flowers in a field, you know. They're all different colours, but they're all flowers, aren't they? You know, when all's said and done. You know, just because people are different colours, they're still the same, aren't they? Yeah. Are you still getting Nigel Farage? Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing more crocheting tonight than I've done all week. See what you do for me? When I'm in good company and I'm crocheting away. I didn't even take it to knit club. I took something else because I had to take a big bag of bits and pieces. I like to fit my bag. You know, I've got like a suitcase type thing. Excuse me, I've got hiccups there. Back of the scooter. And I like to put my bag in there. Oh, here we go with hiccups. So I only like to take a bag that fits in there. That chocolate didn't do me any good, did it? It's given me hiccups. Have they stopped? Have they stopped? I think they stopped. Yeah. I'll just see. You shop at Bob Marshall and George. I shop in the charity shops, to be quite truthful with you, Sophie. I'm keeping clothes out of landfill. That's my excuse. I did actually splurge out. I was very naughty the other week. Bought a top from Moonbeams and Mayhem. It cost me a lot, but it was so pretty. It's really jazzy. I'll wear it one night. Really jazzy. I looked at it. I walked away from it. I thought, no, you don't. It's too expensive. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. But it kept calling my name and I kept going back to it. And I thought, oh, go on then. Go on. Go and get it. You don't usually buy things like that. You're usually in the charity shop with the £4.50 rail, you know. Bring yourself up a little, Janet, you know. Why, this was new, I think. I think it was new. But it wasn't expensive. I've got to activate your windows right over what you're saying, Sophie. It says, I've got, my advert says, activate Windows, go to your settings to activate your Windows. And it goes over the last thing that anybody, oh, there you are. You've moved up a bit now. A bad influence on me? No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's a bad influence on me. Are you? In what way? I thought it was more the other way around. Thought it was me that was a bad influence on everybody else. Oh dear. Every now and again I do, Chris. I go a little bit, I do really well with my frugality. And then all of a sudden I will see something that is expensive. And I walk around it and think about it and then I justify it. If you know what I mean, say, go on, treat yourself. Go on. Go on, be a devil. Yeah. So I'll show it you. I think it's gorgeous. I haven't worn it yet. It's so nice and it's so new. I don't want to just wear it for any old time. Once I've worn it, I will start to wear it because I don't believe in keeping things for best. But until I wear it that first time, once I've worn it, I'll be fine. Yeah. Nathan the bad boy? Oh, not our Nathan. Our Nathan's not a bad boy. youthful exuberance. Can't say my words today. I haven't had a drink. All I've drunk is orange juice, and there's nothing in it. There's no gin in it. What's gin in it? Is that tonic? When people used to ask for gin and it. You need to pick some light kilts for the winter. Kilts? You mean like a skirt kilt? You want to let the breeze round your assets? Yeah, you have to go mad every now and again. You can't be frugal all the time. I watched that lady in Scotland, what she called Ali Lives Well for Less or something. And I couldn't be that frugal, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the charity shops have really put the blooming prices up, haven't they? Turnaround time. Turnaround time. What, for proper kilts? You mean like... Oh, you can't mean Scotch kilts, can you? Because they'd be too warm, yeah? You got me thinking now, Chris, what you're going to wear. Charity shop has a sale on tops. I'm sort of bad with... I love skirts, but then I never quite seem to get the right top to go with them. I'm all right if it's winter time and I can put a sweater on with a skirt, or a cardigan on with a skirt. But I don't like blouses. In fact, I've got a broderie anglais blouse, a short sleeve one that I bought. And I thought, you will like this blouse, you will put it on. I put it on once. It's got in the charity bag ready to take. I just don't feel right in a blouse. I don't know what there is about a blouse. I don't feel right. What is creaking? Something keeps creaking. I'm sure it's not raining. I don't know what it is. Every now and again I get this creaky noise. And it's not my knees, honestly. Gin and vodka? No, I think it's tonic, actually, gin in it. You're talking about like the old black and white movies, you know, when they used to be there with their long handle cigarette holders and that. And they'd be drinking a gin and it, yeah. Ah, yeah, it is a kilt then. A bit like, who did them? A big designer for male fashion did kilts, didn't he, for men? Oh, I remember a lot of people were wearing them, weren't they? Yeah. You've got the same problem with clothes, what they don't fit, or, or you don't know what to buy. Oh dear. I know, I never know what to put together with. I have a lot of these just plain long sleeve t-shirt things, because when I can't think of what to wear with a skirt, I put one of these on, you know, kind of boring, but then I dress it up with a necklace or something. I think my necklaces are kind of my statement. You know, you never see me without one. Very rare you see me without a necklace. If I'm not even going out the house, I still wear one. I have to. I mean, the lady next door to me here, she said, "You're always so coordinated." And I kind of think about it before I start reaching my clothes out, and I think, what are you going to put on today? And if it's trousers or a skirt, then I have to coordinate the top. That's why you see me in a dress a lot, because it's easier. With a dress, you don't have to think about it. You just put a dress on. And then if it's cold, you know, you just have to think about a cardigan, don't you? But that's why I find it. Oh, it's Indian tonic. Is that what it is? Yeah, gin and it. Wonder why they call it It. It's like It Now. Do you remember It Now? What was that? It was it was a radio program, I think. Back in the war times, was It Now? Do you know? I'm sure I was born in the wrong generation. When I used to sing music hall songs for my son, and my husband used to say to me, "How old are you?" He said, "Why are you singing about Mary Lloyd songs? You know, from the music hall?" I said, "I don't know. I think it was my aunties. My aunties were very into that sort of thing, and they used to sing to me when I was little. That's where I think I got the old songs. My old man said, follow the man. You've got the man again, have you?" I think we all get confused wearing out with clothes. You just have to do your best and wear what you think suits you. It's not a downside of that, so Sophie. It's a downside every woman has. What do I put on today? Well, some of them look like you just fell out of bed, don't they? So just put your pyjamas on like everybody else. Oh dear. Yeah, if in doubt, slap a necklace around your neck. I hope for the best. Classic cocktail with gin and sweet vermouth. I don't like vermouth. I don't like Cinzano either. That one that tastes of herbs, is that vermouth? Oh, Indian tonic. Chris has just Googled it and it says it's sweet vermouth. Oh, Google. Dr. Google. Yeah, especially if you Google anything vaguely medical. It always finishes up as being cancer and you're going to die, doesn't it? You know, you've only got to cut your finger, haven't you? You know, Dr. Google is very dangerous. If in doubt, stick with a dress, Sophie. All in one, then you don't have to think about what goes with what. Or wear a nice pair of trousers with a top. Put a necklace on if you feel like it. I like patterned trousers, you know, like in the summer. Those silky patterned trousers that are wide legged. I wear that a lot. Oh, tip me coffee all over. I fell asleep with a coffee in my hand. Luckily, it was cold. Fell asleep last night with a coffee. Tipped it all over my trousers and everywhere. I woke up at first and I thought, why are my legs wet? Why are my legs wet? It didn't dawn on me that I had coffee all over me. All over the table, all over my book, all over everywhere. I thought, you dozy devil. Usually when I fall asleep, I tip it all over my chest and all down everywhere. But I must have been holding my cup lower down, so I tipped it down my trousers instead. No, I'm not really a drinker. I will have a drink. I'm not a teetotal. The main time I have a drink is when I go out somewhere with the girls from the knit club and they go and they play bingo and I'm going, oh God, I need to go in the bar. As soon as he starts saying 1 and 3, so I was like, oh, that's me gone. So I sit in the bar, play solitaire on my phone and have a rum and coke because I can't stand it. Last time I went out and I went to the bar and got a drink, this bloke come talking to me and he said, have you come away from it as well? I went, yep. He says, wife's in there. He says, I can't stick it. I said, neither can I. I'm out. Your keyboard's murdered. Oh no, it's my fingers that are murdered. I've got dyslexic fingers. It doesn't type what I say. I used to have a phone that you could talk into it and it would type it. That used to type anything but. I don't know whether it was my accent or what it was. Yeah, it would do. I can believe that, Jane. It said Christine was on her last legs, did it? And it was only a bit of arthritis in her leg. Yeah, I know. They probably had her down as canker and distemper and everything else. I Googled something the other day and it told me something drastic. I thought, give over, I've only got a bit of earache. It could be a tumour or it could be a brain tumour. And I'm like, no, it's earache. I wanted to know whether it was all right to put olive oil drops in it. I'm running out of ideas. All these colours are all the same. I've got to little teeny beats now, you know, a lot of it, and they're not big enough to go around anything. I should take them out, really. When they get that small, I'm getting on to small. I suppose I could use them for the centres, couldn't I, where you've only got the little bits. I should put all the little balls on one side and, you know, use it for the little centre bit there where you only take a bit there, don't you? I've got some new nail polish. I had to make sure it wasn't gel because that gel polish won't come off at all. Well, it will, but you've got to start soaking it and doing something. Oh, God, no, I can't be bothered. But the trouble is with me is I chip it or I knock all the tops off. Then they start looking tatty. Ooh. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and it won't be long. Gonna do my hair, put my makeup on. It's Saturday and we won't be long till I hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor. That'd be a large change, wouldn't it? Me hitting the dance floor. Probably would hit the dance floor face first. I don't need cash, cause I got you, baby. I like when they say splash the cash. And nowadays, most places don't even take cash. So they should say splash the card, shouldn't they? Do. Oh, God, that frightened me to death then. What the heck? There's something nothing. Always is. Might be Nigel Farage again. Oh, people like memories. Yeah, well, I've seen that before, so what else is new? Oh, for goodness sake. What? Crochet Rocks, Bag a Day, Crochet Luna, Crafty Clegs, Crochet with Claire, whatever. I shall watch any of them or none of them later, depending on whether I feel like it. I don't watch everybody because sometimes what they're promoting, even though the people that I like, sometimes the video is about things I don't like, so I don't watch. I don't watch 5D and 5D pictures and stuff like that. I don't watch any of that. They waffle on. Do. I want patchwork curtains in here. It's got these awful vertical blinds. I hate them. Like doctors' waiting rooms. They're broken anyway at one corner. So I've got a good excuse to take them down. I'm getting some curtains. When I get decorated, I'm having curtains. I'm on the side. It's not like anybody passing by is looking in. So I don't need a blind. It blocks the light. You know, there's not a lot of light in here. I've only got that window there on the side and a little tiny window over there. So it's one of the darkest rooms in the house, this kitchen. So if I get curtains, it'd be much better. I can draw them back then. I'm sure my next door neighbour doesn't want to look in my kitchen, so... And the window's quite high up, so anybody passing by would have to be quite tall. It's not like I'm on the street or, you know. If my neighbour wanted to be nosy, they could probably look in. But she, you know, they're not like that. They're not like that. Oh dear. It's not even the witching hour yet, is it? Oh, another half hour to go. Rock with it, girl. I must sort my CDs out. When I put them in the cupboard, when I moved in, I just put them in the cupboard. Now, you know, they're not in any sense or shape or order. So now when I'm looking for things, I can't find them. Yeah. Oh, I'm really into that Teddy Swims CD I bought. I don't think it's his latest one. Oh, I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's over there. I can't get it. Yeah, I'm not really... I'm famous. I'm infamous. I don't know about famous, Jane. Yeah, I just heard him. You know that guy called Reggie that plays in the street in America? Plays guitar and he invites people to go and sing with him. Well, that Teddy Swims wandered down the street and sang The Door or Doors or something. And I thought, oh, I like that. So I ordered a CD with that one on it. It's not his latest one, but well, I'm quite into it, actually. I had heard him, but not much before. Yeah, I know, time flies by when you're enjoying yourself, doesn't it? I'm quite lucky, really. Oh, your phone's dying, is it? Okay, Jane. Well, thanks for your company, and we'll see you again soon. I'm quite lucky, really. I don't get bored with my own company. You know, some people are like, oh, I don't want to be on my own. Oh, this, all that. I've always been good at being on my own, you know. I'm not lonely. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. You've got an album signed, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Well, hello, Harry Lancaster. Do you knit? Do you crochet? Why are you here? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't mind my own company. I suppose I've been on my own for a long, long time now. Yeah. So, you know, kind of doesn't worry me. I wonder if that's big enough to go round a square. Maybe, maybe. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. I shall find out. Yeah. I chat to myself, to be quite honest with you, Jean. I used to say I was talking to the dog, but, you know, I haven't got one now. I have long conversations with myself. What do I usually make? Crochet, anything, shawls, anything. That's what I usually do. We have a variety of crafters on here. Yeah, I don't mind company, but I'd rather be on my own than have the wrong company, if you know what I'm saying. Anybody who's been married to the wrong person knows exactly what I'm talking about. You know, when you long to be on your own and you wish they'd go away. Yeah, I like company sort of at my own discretion, at my own. Do I sell? Not at the moment, no. I wish I did, but I don't at the minute because I haven't got a web page and I haven't got anything. I used to sell on Etsy, but I've given up with Etsy because they charge too much money. But yeah, I like certain people as company, and I like certain people as company at certain times. But then again, I'm a really solitary little beastie. I kind of like my own. I don't really I feel alone sometimes, Sophie, but I don't feel lonely. There's a difference, I think. And I do think it's a state of mind, yeah. You know, if you're like, woe is me, I'm on my own, oh dear, nobody loves me, and all that. I don't feel like that, no. You know, sometimes I'll say I get bored. Sometimes I'm bored, which is different, isn't it? Altogether. And then I give myself a shakedown and think, put some music on and don't be stupid, you know. And I'll have a little bop around the kitchen, you know, with a bit of lively music on, and then I feel better. But I don't believe in like pity parties and feeling sorry for myself just because I'm on my own. And yeah, I don't believe in that. It's just, I mean, it was like COVID lockdown. I never even, oh, did it cancel? I didn't know it was on. Well, when I'm going to advertise, I'll let everybody know. If you're in the UK, it's okay. But if you're in the US, then the postage is just absolutely awful. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got to take some photographs. I've actually bought a mannequin. Um, and I'm going to take photographs, but I'm going to do that. I'm a great procrastinator. I've been doing a lot of things and not got round to doing them, which I was rudely cut off on my video where I was trying to say I need a marketing manager who would come and take all the photographs, sell all my stuff for me, make me a web page, all for nothing, of course. And every time I say that, I get some bloke in India sends me an email saying, you realise you want to do this? We can do it for so many £100 a month, you know. And I'm like, oh, really? Can you do that for me? I need a young student who wants to learn how to do these things and will do it for a pittance. But I've not found one yet. You know, some kid who's a whiz. You're in the UK. Well, when I do my eBay listing, I'll let you know, yeah. At the moment I've got nothing for sale because I've got loads of stuff, but nothing for sale at the minute. Because what I'm doing at the moment is just shawls and things for charity at the minute. I'm doing them for a nursing home or an old folks home, whatever you want to call it. I'm making shawls and for them. That's what I'm doing at the minute. But that keeps me out of mischief as if I ever get in any, but you know. No, I'm trying not to get down in the dump. We all do, don't we? I never say depressed because that's completely a different thing. You know, people say, oh, I've been a bit depressed. No, I'm just down in the dumps, and sometimes I think we all feel sorry for ourselves at certain times of our lives because, you know, if I'm having a particularly bad week, I mean, like the other week, I had a really bad do of it. It was either IBS or it was gastroenteritis, don't know which. And I was feeling a bit not sorry for myself, but And I'm like, oh, just stop it, you know, just do something else and stop being misery. I mean, like most people on here, you know, I'm in a lot of pain some days, but you just don't give into it. Well, I won't. I mean, I'm a stubborn. You know, I said that to my friend the other day. Oh, it's Paris number 3, Val. I've had Paris 1, Paris 2, and I've got Paris 3 now. I called them Paris because my first mannequin wore a blonde wig, and she just looked like Paris Hilton. So it's just been a sort of a thing that they all have to be called Paris now. But the first one I had was really pretty. This one is so-so. She's not exactly pretty, this one, but she'll do. Plus the fact she's got a bit of a naff wig on at the minute. I need to sort her out. If I get her a pretty wig, I could borrow it. Because I'm losing my hair, so that's terrible. Yeah. But we'll see. I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? I've eaten a big tea. And I've had the injection, so I shouldn't be hungry at all. It's supposed to curb your appetite. It's not doing much for mine, I tell you. Manjaro failure, that's me. I cannot go to bed hungry. I don't know whether anybody else can. If I feel hungry, I keep getting told, because I've got iatrogenia, don't eat before you go to bed, because you're going to lie down and it gets worse. But I cannot get to sleep if I'm hungry. If my tummy starts rumbling, you know, that's it. I'm hungry. And I'm lying in bed thinking, you're not hungry. You don't need to get up. You're not that. I'm hungry. No, you're not. You don't need a biscuit. No, you don't. You don't need a piece of toast. And I have these arguments with myself in bed. And if I'm hungry, I'll get up and make a toast. Then I'll go in bed and go to sleep. But I got you, baby. I love that colour. Sort of aubergine, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, he's great. Yeah, why wash up when you live on your own? When you've got one plate and one cup? Why waste hot water and soap? I bought a huge fairy liquid when I moved in here. Massive big fairy liquid. Still got it. Because I just wash up once a day. That's the end of it. I don't care. Put them into soak. Put them in some cold water in the bowl. And then I'll have one wash up per day. 2 sometimes, but mostly 1. No point. No wasting hot water. No. I'm not having a dishwasher because look how much hot water I'd waste if I had a dishwasher. Laziness, isn't it, that? Yeah. You've got to get up and eat. Yeah, I've got to eat. I cannot sleep if my tummy's rolling. I can't sleep. I was going to have that chocolate, but I've had one and that were it. I didn't want no more. I'll have to donate them to somebody who likes darker chocolate. I think my friend Sarah does. I think she likes dark chocolate. My other friends like me, she likes milk. We went in this Cadbury's shop on Affinity, or as they used to call it, Freeport. They have a Cadbury's shop there. So I went in there. I got a big bag of Cadbury's misshapes, which was a bit of a mistake, really, because most of them got nuts in. I don't think you can blame that on that, Sophie. You either have a bad week or you don't, love. Not that I know. I know nothing about that. I don't knock it if other people are like that, but I've just never had the inclination. I think you either got it or you don't. Yeah. If I've got it, I don't know what it is. I'd like to know what it is. I'd love to be an it girl. But I never did find out what it was. So I will never be an it girl. It used to be a thing, didn't it? Was it Tara whatnot and stuff like that? Used to be it girl. Didn't do her a lot ago, didn't she commit suicide? One of the it girls. Tara somebody or other, I think she was called. Eee, I'm hungry. What can I? Oh, I think I've got 2 crumpets left. I could have a crumpet. Not with Marmite though. Some people put Marmites on. No, I don't think, with you, Chris, I don't think it should be a problem. You're either down or you're not down. I don't think it's anything to do with what. But I don't know. How do I know? I don't know nothing. I'm quite happy knowing nothing, actually. It's nice being dumb. Tara Palmer. Yeah, that was her. Yeah, she was an it girl, wasn't she? Whatever an it girl was. I will never be an it girl or an it old woman. Oh dear. Oh, my tummy's rolling now. It's a wonder you can't hear it. Oh dear. And my bum's gone numb through sitting on this. This seat is comfortable for a certain length of time, but I think my lovely slim physique has flattened the cushion. You know, it's a built-in cushion. It's like shapes and that. But I think my slender derriere has flattened it. You know, it's so hard when you're twiggy, isn't it? You know, when you're so slender and slim. Oh, marmalade. No, I'm not keen on marmalade either. And I'm not putting jam. I have to be careful, you know, with the sugars and stuff. Says she, just having had a chocolate, yeah. Yeah, I think mine's more like that as well, Chris. With an SH in front of the it girl, yeah. Oh dear. We have to laugh, don't we? Keeps us going. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Yeah. I find myself quite hysterical at times, you know. I do something and I think, you silly so and so, and I'll start laughing and I'm thinking, you are such a nit. Yeah. I think you have to have humour in life, you really do. Because life is absolutely rubbish at times, isn't it? You know, you turn on the news and it's rubbish. You go in the street and you hear somebody arguing, you think that's rubbish. And so I just come in and stick some music on. I've got my happy music, you know, music that makes you feel good. I think we all need that. You know, some people like classical music, bit of clanging and banging and stuff. I like reggae. I like kind of disco music. As old as I am, I like the club music. You know, there's no say. I mean, you know, I don't like old lady music. You know, crooners and stuff. It's got to have a beat. It's got to have some kind of a bit. I mean, I used to listen to a lot of like Turkish music when I was doing the belly dancing, you know, because that has to be like a certain kind of swayy kind of rhythm to do your belly dancing too. I used to love belly dancing, but my back gave up on me. And then after I had my spinal up, I couldn't do it again. So I missed that. But my belly dance teacher, she's a lovely, lovely lady. She's going through it at the minute because she's having treatment for cancer. She's lost all her hair. Bless her. But as we say, cancer is no respecter of people. Yeah, I like certain country music, but I don't like the my dog's died and my wife's left me for somebody else kind of music for country. A lot of it is a bit doleful, isn't it? You know, I call it, cut your throat music. I like the country music that a lot of country music lovers frown on. You know, like Shania Twain and people like that. They don't call her proper country, do they? Because she's too upmarket, she's too poppy. But I like that kind. I don't like the kind of, what I call doleful. They're always poor and broke and the wife's left them and all that thing. I think, oh God, you wouldn't want to listen to that to cheer yourself up, would you? You'd listen to that if you were in the doldrums. I like sort of, you say, music with a bit of beat. That's why I like Sia. I like a lot of reggae and things like that, yeah. Oh, I try to avoid all that. I don't want to know. I don't watch the news anymore because I know it's been a bit of an ostrich and sticking my head in the sand, but at my time of life, I think if it doesn't affect me personally, I don't want to know. When I was young, I used to think I could change the world. Oh, I'll vote this way, I'll vote that way, it'll change everything. And it doesn't, does it? I've just got cynical in my old age, thinking, they're all the same. Doesn't matter who I vote for, they're all flipping same. The line between the parties has blurred. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get drawn into it, can't you? Like all the poverty and then this and that's happening and this is happening. And they show your kids crying and I think, no, I'm not going to watch it. I'm sorry, but I don't. Yeah. It's terribly, terribly sad, but there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot afford to donate. Oh, donate £10 a month. Donate this, donate that. Every blooming advert on the telly. Water aid, this aid, Yemen. It's all very sad, but I'm keeping my head above water over here. I do not have spare. You probably find the government has actually got money to spare, but they just keep it to themselves, don't they? I mean, who are we, UK, donating to people? We haven't got enough of our own without donating. That's our Eric. He shouldn't be snoring if he's got his mask on. He's sure it's fitted him properly. He should be quiet as a moose. I just sound like Darth Vader when I wear mine. Yeah. Good night, Val. Enjoy your holiday. Yeah, it can't help your mental health, can it? If you're tuning into the telly and you see all this death and destruction and places being bombed and all these poor little children starving. And, if you're sort of suffering with your mental health, it's not good, is it, to watch that? It's awful to say that, but I just feel I should be more selfish. I've not been a selfish person at all in my life, but I've got to the age where I think, sack it. It's time to be a bit more selfish and think about yourself, instead of thinking about everybody else. And doing the best for everybody else. It's now time to say, I'm just going to think about me. I'm going to be really, really selfish and think about me. I'm not being totally selfish because, of course, I'm donating all these things. But, you know what I'm saying is, number one, that's yourself. You should self-help. You should think about your own, what makes you happy, what makes you mentally stable. I'm pretty lucky, really. I've never really suffered with mental issues, apart from, when I was going through the separation and my divorce. But to me, that was a reason. There was a reason why I was feeling like that. But, the media, it just wants to shock. It doesn't just tell you the news in a sort of kind of truthful way. It just wants you to be shocked. It wants you to, I don't know, I won't say they exaggerate, I won't say it that much, but it's all a shock factor, isn't it? They don't, like they used to tell the news in a roundabout way. They'd just tell you the bare facts of the news. They wouldn't do it for effect. They wouldn't do it to shock. They wouldn't do it to, I just don't understand all this sort of attention. I didn't go through the war. I went through the after the war, but oh yeah, give him a poke, turn him over, Val. If you need a crane, let me know. I just think they want you to watch. So the more shocking that you can be, the more you'll be, and you want to watch it. It's just, yeah, exactly. We, as little people, you and I, Chris, we cannot control, we can't alter things, much as we would like to alter things. We can't alter things. We can't, change things. It's just, I've learned, like I say, to be more selfish and just want to think about number one. And, my time of life, what can I do? What can I do? I'm not going to be marching with a placard, am I? Save the world. You expect your politicians to do things for you, and they don't. And I don't care what. I'm not talking about one particular party. I'm just talking about them in general. You think they should be able to sort it out. They should be able to control what's going on. That's what they're supposed to be there for, and yet they don't. They pussyfoot around. They won't. They're so afraid of upsetting somebody or whatever. It's like all this woke business. You're frightened to open your mouth these days in case somebody jumps down your throat. Oh, you've used the wrong pronoun. Oh, you've called us a him or a her, and I should be a thee and a them. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes. Stop being such namby-pambies or nimby-pimbies, do they call? Get on with life. I've been called a he on the phone. I didn't go in a paddy whack. I just thought, oh, must have a sore throat, Oh, dear. I'm definitely hungry. I'm sorry, I can't talk myself out of this one. No, you can talk yourself out of things, can't you? But I'm not talking myself out of this. I'm hungry. I've got that song of Ed Sheeran stuck in my head, that Bad Habits. And I don't know why, because it's all about drugs, isn't it? So why have I got it stuck in my head? Well, it's a horrible video as well. I like the song, but it's a horrible video. Where he's got all that funny makeup on his eyes and stuff. But I like the song. Oh, my Alexa just went blue and swung round her. Oh, all this AI rubbish, Chris. What the heck's all that about? Artificial intelligence. You've been busy ordering. Oh, what kind of ordering? Yeah. Oh, she nearly got, what's she called? Not Veronica. She nearly got stuck, didn't she, in all the weeds? They were closing the canal down because there wasn't enough water. Thought she was going to be marooned, her and the dog. She managed to get herself out anyway. A friend of mine, her daughter's thinking of buying one, and I'm thinking, she's a tiny little thing, dainty little thing. She's not going to be able to manoeuvre it. And I think she's got the wrong idea, you know, about like, oh, you can move the boat about so you don't have to pay mooring fees. And I'm like, it's difficult because she's in London, you know, and moorings are terribly difficult to find in. And also, you know, you've got to take water on board. You've got to empty your tanks of, you know, from the shower and the toilet and stuff. I don't think she realises what's involved. It's not like a houseboat that stays where it is. I mean, it could do if she paid for moorings, but in London it's thousands to pay for moorings. I mean, I wish Trev was on here more. She'd talk her into it, out of it, or whatever. I just think she was looking at it as a cheap way of living, but it's not easy, you know, if you're not a sort of, you know, how can I put it? The two ladies I watch are quite strong because they've been doing it for a long time. They can manage to, but even, I think is she called Vanessa? The one who's the mindful narrowboater. She had to ask for help. She couldn't move one of the locks on her own. So I think she thinks I'm being awful when I'm trying to talk her out of it. But I've watched videos for many months, you know, how difficult it is. Oh yeah, Mean Queen, Super Scrimper. She's funny, that girl. Iona. Iona. One of the two. Can you hear me? Can you see me, mother? She used to drive a truck, didn't she? Used to be a truck driver. My DNA, unfortunately, is pretty boring. One of my family's done a bit of our family tree, and it's just basically they never really moved far, my family. They worked in the cotton mills for quite a few generations back. So I don't think there's anything interesting in my family tree. I won't be related to anybody famous, that's for sure. No, they were all weavers and cotton mill people. Hi, Glenda. I would like to know if there was anybody more interested in my family tree, but sadly I don't think there was. I don't think I'm going to find out I'm related to any kind of royalty. More likely my family were probably in the workhouse or something. Or maybe there's somebody who's been the black sheep of the family, who's finished up in being deported to Australia or something. I don't think there's anything interesting in my family tree at all. As I said, one of my relatives went back a couple of generations, not that far back, but didn't find we were related to anybody other than mill workers. You know, I just love purple and yellow together. Should make a top sometime, purple and yellow. Be nice, that. I can't honestly justify making myself any more things. I've just got so much clothes, sweaters and jumpers and things to wear. I cannot say I need a new cardigan. I'm making a cardigan in emerald green at the moment. I'm making it for months. Obviously, I don't need it, otherwise I would have finished it, wouldn't I? I only started it because I had a machine cone in emerald green, and I didn't have the machine at the time when I started it. And I just thought, oh, well, what can I do? I'll make myself a fine cardigan. So it's on a fine hook, and I've been doing it for ages. I've done the back, one front and almost a second front. I only do that in bits and pieces when I'm at knit club sometimes. His relative was a lookout for Lady Godiva. No, I don't think any of mine have got any claims to fame. As I say, one of the families done a bit of a family tree and gone back quite a few generations, but all they found out was mill workers. Nothing interesting. You're in the midst of making dinner. Yeah, well, I'm going off in a minute as well, Enid. You're a bit late. It's usually Lydia that comes on when I'm going. Yeah. What you having for your dinner? Are you making anything nice? Go along. We were sniffing perfumes while we were out at Affinity, but yeah, purple, yellow and black, that sounds nice. I love purple and yellow. You can't see it so bright, can you there? It looks like blue, doesn't it? It's purple. I would hate it. Why is it pasta? If it's pasta, I don't want to know. I did my DNA and it told me I was part of Kurdistan. You know, do I look like Kurdistan? I am Scottish and Irish, mostly, with some Sweden and Norway. And then there was this Kurdistan. That came into it, I do not know. But nothing about the Europe, which I thought I came from. I keep saying flamingo. I thought I was Flemish, which is from Flanders, isn't it, and all that places. But that was our rumour as where we were from, and it turns out I've got nothing in my DNA from that. So maybe I should do it again with a different firm, a different company, and find out again if it's true. But where the heck the Kurdistan came from, I have no idea. I was like, what? I mean, my brother didn't do it before he passed away. But it would have been interesting because we've got the same mum, same dad. And, whether he got Kurdistan in it, whether it was just me. Yeah, I've got to go and all. Oh, I've been doing them all night. I've done, how many have I done? Woo! Dropped the hole. Done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one is 6, and I've got one in the front room, so that'll make another That means I've done 4 rows of my blanket. I've got to do 7 rows of blanket. So I've done 4 rows of the blanket now when this is finished. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to, well, I've got to do a lot tomorrow. I've got to hoover and mop and sort out. But I want to crochet the squares together instead of having them all just loose and dangling on the coffee table. I want to crochet them together. You're welcome, Sophie. No problem, girl. No problem. You can be whoever you wish to be. As I say, Matthew Kelly would let you go through the smoke screen and come out as a goth dressed up in whatever. You could wear all black. Come back. I would come back dressed in boho. I don't know what I would be or who I would be. I would be, yeah, Stevie Nicks. Tonight I'm going to be Stevie Nicks. That would be me. Can't sing, but I mean, you know, as long as they let me dress. That video was a pain in the neck, Jean. It was the 6th video I'd done. I said 5th on the video, but it was actually the 6th. Finished up using my phone, which I will not use again because I didn't like the format of it, and I got no control over writing anything on it or doing anything. So I just didn't enjoy the whole experience. As I say, my camera is working beautifully, but I can't get it to transfer onto my PC. So I don't know what to do. I really don't know. If my friend comes, she does know a bit about things, so she might be able to work out what's wrong. He just keeps telling me I need to format my whatever it is. And the minute you try to format it, it wipes your video clear. It's blah, blah, blah. What do you call it? SD card clear. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've got Sweden and Norway in mind, but then, of course, we've all got Viking, haven't we? The Vikings came over and pillaged and plundered and raped all the ladies, didn't they? So, I mean, we've all got a bit of Danish in us. Scandinavia or something. But no French, which has really upset me because I really felt I had some French in me. Well, it's not French, is it? What is it when you're Flemish? It's not French. It's another bit of the country. I always forget what it's called. Yeah, it cut off though, didn't it, Gina? I only got 20 minutes and the phone cut off. It just went, and off it went. It was even less than the camera. The camera does 30 minutes before it cuts off. My camera. But the phone did 20 minutes and cut off. I thought, well, that's a bit of a waste of time. Having to say what you've got to say in 20 minutes. And then I had trouble uploading it. It took forever to upload from my phone onto YouTube. I mean, normally when I do it off my camera and put it into the PC, it uploads in about 2 seconds, you know, and it's done. I'm not used to faffing about waiting there for ages. And like I say, I had no control over what I wrote on it. I don't know whether it's Belgium, Flemish, but that was supposed to be. The rumour was that my relatives came over. But my DNA didn't show it. And I'm thinking, well, is that just a fairy tale I've been told all my life, you know? Or is there something that went wrong with my DNA sample? As I say, I would like to do it again, but it costs about 70 quid or something to do it. So. So maybe when I'll wait, will they have an offer, a half price offer? At the moment, though, I'm saving up for paint to do the kitchen. I'm going to go to B&Q. B&Q. My niece is going to take me when she's finished school. As I say, she's not at school, she's a teacher. But she finishes in a couple of weeks. But she's got to go to her uncle's, not my uncle's funeral, but her uncle, because on her mother's side. So she's got to go to a funeral in Somerset. Not today, next weekend. The funeral's in the midweek, but she's got to stay and, she's going to travel all that way. She might as well stay a couple more days. And use it as a bit of not a holiday, but you know what I mean. Because she's got to take her mum to stay with her sister, because her sister's obviously bereaved now and wants a bit of company. So, but yeah, I would love to know if I'm supposed to be part French, because I really feel as though I might be part French. I don't want to be Kurdistan, wherever that is. Somewhere in the middle. Near Pakistan and places like that. I think Kurdistan, I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'm sure Chris knows where Kurdistan is. I mean, when I was learning French, I just took to it like nobody's business. I really picked up French really quickly. So I was thinking, it's in the blood. It's in the blood. But apparently not. So I just don't understand. Maybe it's just a kind of a thing that's been passed down to generations. But where did it come from if it's not true? Just a myth that somebody decided to say, oh yes, we came from there. I remember watching a program once on this Who Do You Think You Are? And this woman was convinced that a relative of hers was like a driver on the Flying Scotsman, the train or something. It turned out, and it was nothing of the kind. And she goes, oh, well, that's one myth, like, proved wrong. She said, I was so looking forward to finding it was true. That some uncle or whatever it was, great uncle, had been a driver on the Flying Scotsman. Oh, just finishing this row, and then I'm off to Betty Bo's after I've had a piece of toast or a crumpet, whichever. I need to find a bedtime drink. I don't particularly like chocolate. And the Horlicks, it's not the same anymore. It just doesn't taste nice anymore. So it's like, what do you have? Obviously, you can't have coffee or something like that. And I don't drink tea. I'll drink peppermint tea, but I don't want one of them. Kurdistan is part of South. I said, ooh, do I look Turkish? Milo, what's that? I think that's Ovaltine, is it? Ovaltine? Milo? What we call Ovaltine? It's this language difficulty. We have different names for different things, do we? Yeah, I have to be careful with the sugar, obviously, yeah. You just looked it up. Well, I'm Turkish then. Oh, I do not look Turkish, do I, in any respect? It was only a small percentage, by the way. But I'm so disappointed about not being French. or Belgium, whichever it is. I really am disappointed with that. I was so looking forward to it coming back saying that, and it didn't. Chocolate looks like Nestle. Ah. Yeah, I don't mind Ovaltine, but I've just gone right off Horlicks. It just doesn't taste right anymore. I know people have complained, and Horlicks have said, oh, they haven't altered the formula, but they have. It does not taste malty anymore. It had a really distinctive taste, and now it just tastes whatever, sickly. Oh yeah, I forgot it was the 4th of July. We don't celebrate it, obviously. We wouldn't celebrate Independence Day. Has everybody stopped getting adverts for Nigel Farage now? Yeah? Or bras, yeah. Right, I'm on my last little corner. And then I've done 6 squares tonight, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. No, we only have we have fireworks all the flipping time, to be quite truthful. I was so idiot letting them off. I'd like to know where they get their money from, because they're terribly expensive. Right, that's me. Last round on my square. Not a very colourful one, is it? When I've put the 4 things together, I shall put a photograph up on our page. If anybody who's on here isn't on our page, anybody can add anybody. It's not just me. All we always say is make sure you're adding the right person, because I've had a few people that I've got no idea who they are wanting to join us, and I won't have them because, I try to keep it a bit exclusive, that Facebook page, yeah, so that we're all quite happy. We can post whatever we want on there without any fear of anything. So, but you can add people that are part of our little crew, because I'm sure not everybody that comes on here is a member. But some people aren't actually on Facebook, to be honest. 1 or 2 people who come on here regularly, they're not on Facebook, because I've looked for them. They're not on there. Oof, got all chilly now. This was one I made with a machine comb. That's why I wouldn't do it. I doubled it up, for the older people, because it's nice and it's very pretty, but it isn't particularly warm. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, people, thank you very much for your company. I'm going to go to Betty Bo's now after I've made my crumpet or my toast. And I shall see you all very, very soon. And if I sort out this flipping camera, you might actually get another video, because I'm not going to use my phone. I just don't like it. I don't like the way it goes thin, and, it's not big picture. It's like little, and it shows too much. I like head and shoulders. I don't like all my body and my bulgy belly showing and everything. I'm getting vain. Anyway, thank you all for your company, and I shall see you all definitely next week, if not in between. And I can't find how to turn it. Oh, there we are. Right, bye everybody. See you all soon. Bye now.